guys were unmuted. You guys aren't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
muted us the last time.
yeah. I muted you guys at the end of it, and I thought it was
Yes.
funny. And for
Because we
some
were talking
reason,
shite.
Also, don't
because
forget
you
before
wanted to.
just before you go live. Oh, never mind. He's gone live.
I've gone live. It was too late to say that. Friggin', I was saying I'm doing it on the dot. Yeah. Shut up, phone me. As I set myself
God
up
damn it, phone.
for. God, bring it, phone. You're fired. Uh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the official horse racing podcast. With me, as always, is Johnny Drop Toehold and your boy Boiled Rice.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Oh, I
And your
love that name.
boy, the Big Show's Drop Toehold maneuver. The Underdriver.
Oh, beautiful. Oh,
Shame we
we're
didn't.
bringing all the characters tonight.
Mm.
The man, the myth, the Despacito, the Underdriver.
Yes.
And we're here
First,
to talk about, like, last 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
2 days ago on
Friday.
Friday night.
Friday. We talked about our WrestleMania predictions and a bunch of other stuff before that, but let me tell you, the bunch of other stuff before that lasted over an hour, and this shouldn't last more than 2 hours.
Yes. Although I don't know if we're doing it tonight, but I had it down for the next review to have the history of the Intercontinental Championship spoken about too. So that's going to
Ooh.
go from Pat Patterson all the way down to Sami Zayn. So that's probably going to last another while. But look, you know what? Let's stop all the talking and get right into the action.
Time to bring up the Wikipedia article telling me the results.
Yes. Well, I have the results right here in front of me, so we'll start
I
off
have.
with part one.
I've got
And
my
of
results
course,
memorized, boys.
well, I'm going to have to look back at mine, but
I still have
actually
my
no, I have my one
predictions in my
memorized.
notes. I have my predictions in my notes.
Yeah. So we'll start off with the pre-show. Cesaro beating Drew Gulak in
And
4
with
minutes 25
Cesaro
seconds.
beating Drew Gulak with the UFO.
Yes, the UFO, which I was like, wait, what's that?
What's a UFO?
It was an actual airplane spin.
Oh.
Cesaro beat Drew Gulak via an airplane spin that Cesaro managed to do. He literally still managed to spin around Drew Gulak while his hands were on his hips.
Well then, and he calls that the UFO.
Oh yeah. Back
Oh,
obviously not back before he came to WWE when he was
yes.
when he was Claudio Castagnoli back on the
Okay.
Independents.
Cesaro, do us a favor. Don't call it a UFO. Just keep with the swinging, flying swing.
Well, I think he calls it a UFO because the way he does it is he has him in a torture rack position and does the airplane spin.
Oh, I thought he was doing the swing like.
No, actual
because of where his legs
airplane
go.
spin.
Oh.
No, actual airplane spin in a torture rack position. It was actually very fucking impressive when he put his hands to his hips and just kept fucking going.
Fair enough. Well, I picked Drew Gulak.
So did I.
I picked Cesaro. As you can see in the discussion section, I picked Morgan and Cesaro, which is like, yeah. So I win.
Yeah.
So
1 point for
You
me.
won that prediction. So Icer's in the lead.
Score was the first man to go 1-up, and me and John sadly had our first loss of the 2 nights.
Of the first part one, we'll say. We won't go too heavy on it. So next we had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeating the Kabuki Warriors Asuka and Kairi Sane to become a 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And surprisingly, it lasted 15. Actually, I can't say surprised. This is a bit sexist. It lasted 15 minutes and 5 seconds.
John, it's 2020, not 2010.
I mean, look.
We live in a give divas a chance era. These matches are no longer bathroom breaks.
No. It's actually, do you know what is a bathroom break? Is probably Goldberg and Brock Lesnar matches.
We'll get to that we'll get to that boat when we come to it.
Yes. So I picked Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, so that's 1-1 to me.
I went with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, so that put me 1-1 as well.
And I
And I
picked
saw-
the Kabuki Wookies.
Oh, so that's 1-1 to you too. Actually,
It,
yeah,
it
it's
is
1-1.
Yeah,
1-1. We
1-1.
are 1-1, and
Or a draw.
I'm just going to get this out of the way now. Watching WrestleMania both nights, every single match was good except one exception. But again, we will jump on that boat when we come to it. But without a crowd,
Yeah,
it just
doesn't
feels
feel
wrong.
right.
If
Yeah. It's it doesn't have the same flavor. It's kind of
no,
a dead, it's kind of dead.
It's like watching
But-
Mankind versus The Rock for the championship, but it's a
Yeah.
full 4 hours.
but then again, you had Attitude Era of Vince McMahon on commentary, so.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
But God, like normally now when you are again like when you're wrestling in front of a crowd, and obviously now we're going to be pulling back the curtain here now when I say this, but when you're trying to communicate in the ring and get to a spot, like you have a crowd making noise and talking that you can quietly converse it to your opponent. Here though,
Yeah.
they couldn't get away with that, especially with the referee. I think it was Jessica Kerr for that match, wasn't it?
I actually don't know. It could have been.
Yeah,
Could have been.
she has a habit of being a bit loud.
Yeah. What's that thing that they have a botchamania again? That you talk too much.
Yeah,
You never
Mm.
shut up.
You
Oh
never
God,
shut up.
oh boy, you never. Yeah. So it's one of those. But then again, like John Cena is very notorious for that, even with a crowd. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'd give that a miss. I mean, you
Mm.
know, but no, I will say though, like I heard that they actually wanted, like most people were like, you know what, let's do our best, and that was a good
Mm.
positive attitude, like because in Saudi Arabia they're like, okay, let's just tip away,
Fuck it.
get out of here as fast as possible, put on a decent performance. But I think today they felt like, you know what, especially with the whole, ongoing situation that's arising, like I think the wrestlers were like, look, let's
Oh
just
yeah, that
do our
reminds
best.
me.
Let's
Stay
just
safe at home, ladies and gents.
Oh yeah,
yes, stay at home for the love
stay
of
at
all
home.
things holy.
Stay at home.
Wash your
Don't go
hands.
like extreme travel. Don't go sneezing on
Yes.
park benches.
Don't lick poles. For
Don't take
God's
your
sake,
children
don't
out
lick poles.
because they're gonna
No.
lick the benches.
Yes. I mean, it's okay to go out. Like for here, like
Look,
it's okay to walk.
if you
But
need to go out,
no.
the only reason you should be going out is again, as we were told here in Ireland, is 2 kilometer exercise or
Mm,
for food or medicine, and that's it. Like
that's all. All the what you call it, the
Yes,
real
yes.
needs
grant,
you need. But yes,
granted, I've been following that rule very well, seeing as I've just been going up to the shop for fucking cans of boost and all that, and that's not really fucking essential, but it's
Listen,
2 kilometers from my home, so it counts.
you're sending
listen.
a wrong message with your.
I am
But
2 kilometers. Is 2 kilometers from my house. So it fucking counts.
Fair
Listen,
enough. Well, I
I
go to
take it a
work
step
too, so I
even
can do
further.
that.
I don't go farther than what, like the 10, 20 meters away from my house. I don't know how
Yeah.
far my backyard is, but that's not to say that I don't exercise. I during this whole ordeal, my parents' roof has been getting fixed, so I've been like cleaning shingles off the floor, getting rid of magnets. That stuff's heavy and it's kind of like hurting my arms a bit. I think I may have pulled my
Damn.
arm trying to like lift a
You pulled
rebar
your arm out of
concrete.
your arm.
Yeah,
Or the.
I used my arm to break my arm,
Damn. That's what you
but it's
call
not broken.
dedication.
It's not broken. It's more like
Good, good. So
it's
let's
more
get
like
so let's
needing
get
to be
back.
popped back into
We
place.
best get back to our
Uh,
review, gentlemen.
so we had Elias defeating King Corbin, which lasted 9 minutes. So I picked
Elias
King
absolutely
Corbin.
waylaying Corbin with the guitar
Yeah.
to begin, and my pick was Elias.
Ah,
I think I picked King Corbin.
Hmm.
so that's 2-1, 2-1, and no 1-2, 1-2 to myself and I saw, and that's 2-1
2-1.
to Boiled Rice. I
And
love that
then
name.
we get
You absolutely fucked up. You forgot what my name was.
and then we get back to 2-2-2-2 as Becky Lynch beats literally who? Shayna Baszler. I was right.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I'll heal it up. I'll heal it up. Gotta make
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
you know
interesting.
that
yeah.
heel heat, you know.
I go against my fellow countryman, and I paid a fucking price for it. I know.
Don't worry, I did the same thing too. Although, like, to be honest with you, like as I said, the way that they were kind of booking her up, like, it was kind of only, you know, like it was only kind of now
It's
where it was like at least they were going to give her the bet, like, but
like,
they must have other
God
plans.
damn it! Like, take a look at what Shayna Baszler was in NXT.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like,
did Shayna
she
Baszler's was Shayna Baszler the one that won that like took out everyone in the elimination chamber?
Yeah.
yes.
Ah,
After again, two very brutal spots in that match was first it was swinging Liv Morgan into the chamber and then into the
Oh
fence
yeah.
and then just dropping her, as in like fuck she Brock Lesnar Bob Hollied her.
Yeah.
Bob Holly
I
And
Brock
saw the
then
spot.
Lesnar.
Yeah, Bob
and
Holly got dropped on the
yeah.
back of his neck.
Oh, I
God.
thought it was the other way around where Bob
God,
Holly dropped.
Jesus. I wouldn't be
And then
surprised.
I love a Brock Lesnar just looked at him and went, "How do you like my nail?" Well, unfortunately, that didn't
And
get, and that's why they came back with a rivalry between
mm,
Brock and Holly at the Royal Rumble 2003 pay-per-view for
and
the
Survivor Series as well.
and Survivor Series, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second spot in the women's elimination chamber match was when Shayna Baszler took Natalia and just stood her, like not fully in the pod, she stood her halfway in and halfway out, where she was actually standing on the threshold
Oh yes,
and
it's
just
on
caught the chamber door and just 1,
walloped it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She just baiting her the shit with the door.
Yeah.
Like, for the
I wish
love
she
of
did it.
all things
I wish she
holy.
did a Kane and just took the door off its hinges and just went bang straight slapped into her.
But
Yeah, but
Kane's
then
not
that
a
would have
woman.
that would have ruined Otis' spot though.
Mm. Oh well, yeah. No, I wouldn't say so. There was 300 pods he could have done. But anyways, that by the way, that match lasted 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's a like. I mean, here's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong, but Elias and King Corbin like win 9 minutes, and the other was like just a half an hour short of it. Like, you know, so or sorry, not a half an hour, 30 seconds.
So, and the way the match ended, as I brought up to you guys before we started the podcast, she pulled a Bret Hart, Steve Austin.
Yeah, Survivor Series 99,
Yeah, no,
96.
Survivor
Apologies.
96, yes.
Yeah. No, I as soon as I said 99, I went, wait, no, that's not right.
Bret was well
That was
gone
big.
by then.
That was Big Show, fam. So next we had
Yeah,
Sami
that was
Zayn.
Big Show doing the drop toe hold to his daughter.
Yeah, and wins the championship. Sami Zayn then defeated Daniel Bryan to retain the Intercontinental Championship, which lasted 9 minutes and 20 seconds. I picked Sami Zayn.
I picked Daniel Bryan,
I
and this
picked
is where,
Bryan.
and this, I picked Daniel Bryan, and this is where it went to shit for me.
Honestly, I think hindsight is a real pain in the neck because I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
Cesaro and Nakamura being on like
Drew
Zayn's
Gulak
side.
was there. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but Drew Gulak also lost to Cesaro in like what,
Mm.
4 minutes, 25 seconds, according to the Wikipedia article.
Yeah,
I'll probably
4
get up my
minutes,
notes.
25 seconds, yeah.
Think of it there.
I mean, what's the, like, you see, there's no good kind of throwing around the word burial, but was that kind of like, you know, a year, not their year or a burial year? I mean, I don't want to say it's a burial year because,
Not
like,
whose year? Bryan's and Gulak.
Brian's at Gulak's. Like, Gulak lost on
Yeah,
the
like
pre-show.
hold on. Calling it. They're just gonna call him Gulak in the near future. Can't have two Drews on the
Oh, yeah.
WWE.
No, Drew's on Raw. Drew McIntyre's on Raw. Drew Gulak is on SmackDown. I say if Gulak was on Raw, then yeah, he might have been just called Gulak.
Yeah.
Well, it probably was going to be a Vince thing anyway, so I'm going like, we'll just call you Gulak. I like your name. I hate your name,
Mason
Drew.
Ryan, I like that name. You're hired.
You're hired. So yeah, so that makes me 2-2.
Oh,
No,
shoot. I almost dropped my phone and lost my notes.
three,
Damn.
3-2 for you. That's like 2-3.
3-2 to me. Yeah, sorry, that's right. So I have to
And
count now. So
yeah, I was down
zero
to
one,
two. I
one
was down
one,
to 2-3.
02, 0. No, 0.
I
I think
feel
it's
like
one.
the first night
Two,
is
Ladies
just
and
like
2-3.
half
No,
correct.
I'm just. No, don't
ladies
worry
and
about it. I just
gentlemen, we are professionals. Don't worry, we do have notes in this
no,
situation. It's just
We
we
no.
have
this is
very
the
shit
fifth.
brains.
We're
This is
not
the fifth
professionals.
match, so both
Yeah,
sides need to add up to 5.
yeah. I'm 2 wins, 3 losses. Lads, we're only into
No, you're.
5 and we're already messing up. This just goes to show how unprofessional we are.
We're talking about Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan, right? Shouldn't you be up
Yeah.
3-2?
Sorry, you're right. So it must be yeah, because that's a 6th match. No,
Well,
wait,
as
no,
I
that's not. That's a 5th match.
okay,
No,
as I
5th match.
okay, okay, I picked Drew Gulak for the pre-show. That was a 1 loss for me. Then we got on to the main show. It was Alexa and Nikki that won, so that was 1 win and 1 loss for me. Then after that, we had Elias and Corbin. I had Elias, so that brought me up to 2-1. Then we had Becky and Baszler. That brought me to 2-2. Then we had Brian and Zayn. That brought me to 2-3.
Yeah, so I'm 2-3 myself because we're in the 5th one.
2-3.
2-3 I am.
That still doesn't add up, but okay.
It does because it's 5. 2
You
plus
picked
3 is
Alexa
5.
Bliss and Nikki Cross. You picked Elias, and you picked Sami Zayn. That's unless the 3 is the win side.
No, it's 2-3, so 2 win, 3 loss.
Oh wait.
That's what I'm getting. So I picked Gulak, so that's 0-1. Then I picked Bliss and Cross, which is 1-1. Then I picked King Corbin, which
Oh
is
yeah,
1-2.
that's right.
Yeah,
Oh
so it's
yeah, I thought
2-3.
you picked Elias for a moment, and I was
No.
like, okay,
I wish I did, but no, unfortunately I didn't.
okay,
So
my
next
head.
we had this is the 6th match now. So this was the this is John Morrison defending one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston triple threat
Match of
ladder
the night.
Wait,
match.
wait.
Match of it was
Yeah,
it was
hers
a
is
match
does.
of the night.
Okay, so you probably are wondering like how come it's not the triple threat tag team?
I don't
Get
need
it?
to wonder that, given
Oh,
the state
Yeah,
of affairs of
yes.
yeah. The
health and
reason it happened
wellness.
is because Miz was ill. He was found to be ill at one of the recent SmackDown tapings before Mania, which led to Roman Reigns pulling out of Mania.
Mm,
And as granted, now they were doing a Goldberg and Reigns and advertising it up to the well, actually, no, they actually advertised this match up to the day of Mania, and then went,
yeah.
oh, actually, Miz is out, so now it's a triple threat ladder match for the tag team titles.
Yeah, which I think is a bit scummy to me because, like, you're going to have people that's going to buy the network, and you're going to have like, you know,
Who would buy the
wrestlers.
network for the Miz?
Well, it's not that, but it's they're going to buy the whole thing, and people are going to be like, "Oh God, this is a triple threat tag team match. This should be great." I'm very hyped for this, and then they come
Mm.
back and they just see, "Oh, it's
Like
only
yeah,
just 3 guys."
you would have
So
the
people are going to be disappointed,
yeah, you'd have the casual fat, like you'd have the people now that were around for
Yeah,
again to this day one of the greatest TLC matches, and that was the Hardys versus the Dudleys versus Edge and Christian WrestleMania 17.
yeah, that was definitely.
You would have people thinking, oh my god, this will be like that because again, you have the Usos
Yeah,
and the New Day that are essentially the Hardys and Edge and Christian of today,
mm,
and then you have Miz and Morrison again.
yeah.
They again, okay, I know this is about as far fetched as I can get, but in that sense, that would make them the Dudleys.
Yeah, I mean the thing is though, it's a different time. Like it's
Mm.
hard to put on like they're this, they're that, they're this, because like back in the Attitude Era, like, you know, there was an awful lot of freedom, an awful lot of high spots.
Mm.
Uh
That granted, all of them are
yeah.
actually paying for now at this point.
Oh, absolutely. I suppose Jeff Hardy is definitely paying for it, like, but I like the finish though, because I
Oh,
saw the finish
the
was
fi-
very good.
the finish gave me a heart attack because I saw Morrison fall and I still saw Kofi and Jimmy had the latch. I'm like, fuck it, Morrison lost. And then they hold
Yeah.
up the thing and I see the titles are gone. And
That was very...
I just got the biggest smile on my face and I just said, Morrison, you beautiful poxy bastard.
But I just think though, imagine if that actually botched.
Oh
If he
Imagine if
actually,
god.
that botched and
you
Morrison
know,
didn't have
dropped
the
the belt.
titles with him,
Yeah.
You'd
and then it's
you'd
just
still
Uso
have
and
yeah, you'd still have Kofi and Uso holding on to the latch and they
new
might do
tag
a
team
spot where
champions, the team of Uso and Kofi Kingston.
Oh
That's how
god,
it
I
I,
would
hate
be
I
played
say
out.
they I
the
say they
new
would have done a
Uso.
spot. They would have done a spot of they would climb down the ladder and like start
Yeah.
like tugging at the fucking titles and again Morrison being the fucking parkour guy he is could have I don't know fucking spun the ladder around, slid under and like lashed and like completely ripped the titles off the latch and just slid out of the ring.
I'd say what they could have done probably maybe something like what you're saying there, but I think like if that was the botch, like they would just probably shake the thing and make the belts fall, and then like they'll look down and go, "Oh damn!" And then Morrison is down, so he'll just kind of run over and grab the belts and win the match. So that's probably something that they probably would have done, like if it was a botch.
Hmm.
But that means that I am 3-3.
Oh yeah, the
So I
Miz and
picked
Morrison.
Morrison.
Three
So
three
that put me up to 3-3 as well.
And you're what, I saw?
3-3.
3-3. Bam, we're all on the draw. So next we had Kevin Owens defeat
This is
Seth Rollins in the no
this is the
disqualification
and
match.
this and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last time either of us, well, all three of us, are tied.
So just to let everyone know that this actually was a one-on-one match originally.
Yes.
However, Seth Rollins got himself disqualified, but for some reason, I don't know how it happened, but oh no,
I
it
will.
was Kevin
Yeah,
Owens.
I
No, I
will.
got it now. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, what you call it?
Yeah,
Said,
I
hey,
will
hey,
inform you there, and because I messaged you this like panicking that Seth had lost.
yeah.
Hold on a second. I would.
Yeah, I have something down here actually. It says originally Kevin Owens defeated Seth Rollins by disqualification, but Owens restarted the match as a no disqualification match.
Yeah,
Stop
he asked
stop
Seth
reading
for
the
he.
Wikipedia page. I'm reading that.
Yeah, see?
You've one
Can't
reading.
beat Wikipedia.
You've one reading Wikipedia. You have another reading Wikipedia, and then you have me that has nothing else in his head but WrestleMania results.
Yeah. See? We're multitaskers, we have to be having everything at our feet, like. But that's basically the whole story anyways. And Kevin Owens beat him 17
Got
minutes, 20
Kevin
seconds.
Owens without a doubt the fucking spot of the
Spot of
night.
the night. Yeah,
My
definitely.
good God, just
What a senton from the
off
WrestleMania sign.
off the Mania sign through the heart of Rollins, and Rollins sold it perfectly.
Yeah, he's a good
He's
seller, like he's a good wrestler to sell.
he sold it as if he'd been fucking shot.
Yeah. So that puts me at 3-4.
That put me at 3-4 because I had picked Rollins.
We all picked Rollins 3-4.
So we're all 3-4. Um, Next we had Braun Strowman defeat Goldberg for the Universal Championship.
I was not part of this match as my prediction for the Fiend to take on Goldberg did not happen. So this was this is what kind of
You're
put me on the
nulled.
fucking back burner. This put me well on the back burner here. So before we actually get into results, I am still staying at 4-3 for this match. Either result doesn't matter. I am still 4-3 as I was not a part of this.
Okay. Half of me is tempted to say like no, but I'm like okay. But anyways,
I'm owning it. I'm sticking with I have 4 losses and 3 wins.
fair enough. So that makes me say so I 4-4
Because you had picked
Braun.
Strowman.
I picked
Strowman.
Sheamus, and there is no way that Goldberg was gonna win, no matter who I picked, given the whole health situation.
Boy, were we fucking wrong? Jesus, good God!
So that basically means that I'm in the lead. That's
I'm
no,
not
I'm
sure
not.
if I should count that as a loss for me. or win.
Well,
Well,
maybe you should just stay the way you are. So
I said to you last night that actually no, did I tell you that count as last? I don't think I did because again you picked Sheamus and Sheamus wasn't revealed as the
yeah,
man replacing Reigns. I picked the Fiend and he didn't
and Bray
replace
wasn't.
Reigns.
So I think you should just.
Yeah,
I was talking
I
about
was
like
I
sticking with
half
should get.
4-3.
points.
It's only should be they should get the point. So really,
Yeah, John have ended up in the lead after this match
yeah,
Okay.
which
as
lasted 2
John
minutes 10 seconds, which is a
worst
classic Goldberg match.
worst match of the night.
I mean, look, it's Goldberg. Like the guy's in his 50s, say, like and he's not gonna wrestle a 15-minute match. They're gonna get all the big spots in, you know. But I think it was probably was a decent to probably sum it up. There was spears here and then power
A
slams
few
there,
power slams.
and then I think it was like 4 power slams and 1, 2, 3 was the
Mm.
finish. So that kind of summed
Two
up the 2 minute
Yeah, it
2 minute
was
match.
3 snap power slams and then 1 running power slam
Yeah.
for the win.
So that
Didn't
was the
Goldberg
title
like
break
try to
match.
jackhammer Strowman and
No,
Strowman? Oh,
Oh, I'm so glad he didn't because he probably would have
no,
did
no.
the other two.
He spear, power slam, power slam, power slam. Done.
So that
Strowman is
was
your
4, yeah.
maybe I had a
Strowman
dream
is your
where
new
Universal
Universal
champion.
Champion.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, would you thought ever that you'd say that at the start
no,
of 2020?
No,
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 because
I don't think you would have said it in a good number of years. But you see,
I
it's
wouldn't have
kind of
said it at all because the
After
way
what?
WWE have been giving like
It
Strowman
was
chance
last
after chance.
Yeah, it was like last pay per view that he literally had just lost the IC championship,
yeah.
and then 1 month later,
But
he's
maybe,
Universal Champion.
but here's the thing, like maybe did he drop the IC title because people were like, okay, we know this virus is going around, and we know that Roman
They
Reigns is,
they didn't think
and
he
they
was gonna
were.
pull out though. That's the thing.
Listen, this
But you
this whole
see, then
virus thing has been out since
yeah,
January or like early February.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but it sounds just a bit strange to me that they will just be like, "Oh, hey, you're dropping the IC title. Why? Oh, because we might need you for WrestleMania so you can win the, you know, I don't
this
know. Maybe that's
this
what it
is what
sounds like to me.
that's
But you
why I
see the
picked like Sheamus.
yeah,
There's like
I picked the Fiend because my brain is. I was thinking storyline. That's all I was
I
thinking.
was thinking who would just be a good replacement and a good championship that wouldn't mess up any
mm,
other thing. I'm like, is Sheamus doing anything?
yeah. But you see, the
Like,
thing was, I think you were missing the point in the sense that it was already announced that Braun Strowman would be facing Goldberg, and as we went back to previous times, like leading
this
up,
was
like the week leading up to it, it was just more so like, oh, we're sticking Roman Reigns. People are going to buy the show because they like Roman Reigns, and then it is like which which can I just say
is a
before
bit
we move
scummy.
on, it is literally a con job what WWE did. They literally said, "Oh hey, we have a huge surprise for you. Let's reveal it on Friday night SmackDown. People are going to look in. People are going to buy the network. People are going to go, oh, probably buy the pay per view. I don't know if it was on pay per view.
God,
On,
Jesus, no,
you know,
2 nights. Fuck that, man. They're charging over here in
yeah,
Ireland, BT Sport, €30 for two
yeah.
nights.
You're
Fuck that.
charging. People are going to charge €30, or are going to charge €30, and people are going to go, oh my god, Roman Reigns is fighting Goldberg. Whoop de do. And then they turn around and say, "Oh, actually, Braun Strowman is going to via tweet." Now,
No, actually, they showed it on SmackDown. It was just
no, they did. That's what I'm saying. They did,
here's Gold versus Strowman. Done.
yeah, but
That's it.
They did it on the Thursday by a tweet, and then they announced it then on Friday Night SmackDown. It's like, oh, by the way, guys, Strowman is going to face Goldberg instead. It was
Ah, shit, I never
so
saw the tweet.
scummy. Yeah, it was
I never saw the
so
tweet. Fuck,
scummy.
that would help me so much in my predictions.
Yeah, no, it was so scummy
I'm
what
not
they
like all
did.
that involved in social media.
Yeah. No, I was looking at Wrestle Talk, and even Ollie from Wrestle Talk was like literally full on was going to strangle someone. He was just he was really mad, and I could feel it too. It was just so I can't say hypocritical, but just so ridiculous that WWE would pull a awful stunt like that. And I hope that they don't do that again because it's so demeanor that they would do something like that. But anyways, rant over. Let's move on. Main event:
Big
the
Show
The
hit
the
my
Undertaker
God,
toe
defeats AJ
hold.
Styles in the
fucking
quote unquote boneyard
oh
match,
my
which is a
God!
very long
Can I
match.
please? Can
19
I
minutes.
please give my opinion on this?
Go on, go on. The floor is yours.
From fucking start to finish, I had the I had the biggest smile on my face because it was just shot. It was shot so fucking well. It was
Yes.
absolute perfection. From at the start, you have a horse coming in, and now I thought,
And I like
oh
the
man,
Undertaker's. I like the way
oh
they
God,
used Undertaker's old theme song from '94.
yeah. I was like thinking,
I was like,
Jesus, like
yes,
very fucking well done. The brother love Undertaker is what we refer to him as. Was
brother
that
love.
thing that was
Oh,
using?
brother love.
But yeah, the match started as a horse is pulling into the boneyard, which
Horse,
seriously you could have
Hurts.
horse,
horse.
Not a
horse.
horse.
Ah,
Eyesore was high. AJ Styles came on and Eyesore's back.
But yeah, a horse
horse.
comes into the graveyard. I fucking swear to God, I score. And out like you two druids come out of the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and I thought thought came into my head is, oh, it's Deadman Undertaker. Like after the promo he cut on Monday Night Raw,
I
and
was
then
hoping
down,
it was dead, man.
whose phone was that?
That's my phone.
My
Keep
phone
going.
God
is
damn it,
playing the
Sean.
gosh darn
Hey,
stream.
I can't help it if I'm getting a whole load of shtick. Well, not shtick, but a whole load of notifications.
I never
Right.
get any notifications unless it's family. But then again, I have texts on like the little vibrate. Doubt you can hear it through the
Ladies
mic.
and gentlemen, we are not professionals, but for
Quote
God's
unquote
sake.
professionals. How
This
about
is the
that?
official horse
But
racing podcast. What do you think is the topic of the podcast with that name? If you
Yes.
guessed wrestling, you'd be right. Somehow.
Well done. Here's
if
a
you
medal.
if you
Maybe if I
guess
get rid
wrestling,
of
you'll
all
be
this
right.
like underdriver stuff and the Big Show doing the drop toe hold, none of ya,
On his
no
daughter.
one can like tell what this is about. Oh, it's friggin' Ireland in America. These two horses. It says friggin' official horse racing podcast.
It's Ireland. It's Ireland and America having a whinge.
Let's just say this. It's like how many? We're 5 episodes in. I'm sure people should be kind of getting it at this
I've
stage.
only been here for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By the
we
way,
keep growing in size per episode. Next thing you know, someone else comes in wants to be the fifth guest, and I'm like, sorry, too late. We already had episode 5.
yeah.
Get fucked.
So what you call it? We just got a comment there from the local madman saying drop toe holds. So yeah.
Yes.
Shout
God,
out to
I
shout out
can
to the
only
Irish one.
wonder who that is. He must sound like a lovely fella.
Yeah, and it's me, Johnny Drop Toe Hold, the master and the innovator of the drop toe holds.
Who taught it to the
Anyways,
Big
Okay,
Show?
enough
I
grandstanding, hot
taught that
dogging. Back
I
to the
taught
review.
that move to the Big Show to do it on his daughter. And
And
Netflix,
enough.
I want half of that cash, please. Thanks.
All right, lads. Enough grandstanding and hot doggings. Back to the review, and of
Yes.
course, out comes AJ Styles from the coffin, and he's looking around for Taker. And what did I say on Friday night?
You said that the Undertaker, American Badass, could
The
come back.
not
You said he'd come
all
on
I
like on a
all
motorcycle
I
or
could
something.
hear, all I could hear was a rev of an engine. And I felt like I was going back to 2002, 2003. And then the music started playing. It was not
Move in,
rolling.
move out.
It was not.
Metallica.
It was Metallica. It was. I can't remember the name of the fucking song now. It's escaping me. But
Something
my
to do
God,
with Dead, isn't it?
my
You're
God, it
something there.
was absolute perfect. Taker coming, barreling down the bike. The attire he wore was a mix of pre-Ministry Undertaker,
Mm.
and Biker Taker. It was fucking phenomenal. Pun
Yeah.
intended, considering who's in the match.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
And
But,
God, he match starts. Well, match. The fight starts, and
Yeah.
instantly Undertaker, boom, clocks AJ with as Taz would say, soup bone.
Oh,
He
yes.
starts
Wait,
after AJ Styles.
we're talking about the Boneyard match.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
the whole idea of was part one was like day one pre-recorded, or was that day two?
they're all people.
They were all pre-recorded. I
So
think
they didn't do any live stuff.
No,
they
no.
had
Uh.
the pre-show was live.
Oh.
Yeah, pre-show was live. I think the rest was
Was the pre-show live?
yeah, pre-show was live. It was on YouTube. I was watching a bit of it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's continue.
Yes.
Right. Back to where
Back
I
to
was.
this graveyard in Orlando.
AJ Styles is getting his ass handed to him by the Undertaker, and AJ Styles leans up against the side of the horse. Taker grabs a kind of a very small pipe, like very, very tiny pipe, and goes to like clatter AJ with it. AJ ducks, Taker busts his hand. Legitimately, he Goldberg
You're just
WCW
gonna say
2000
Goldberg.
himself. Like he Goldberg himself through the window, and you think now, oh god, this is bad. He has cut himself. Taker, the
Bossy
god
is.
that he is, just literally looked at the arm and straight up uttered, "You son of a bitch," and continued the fuck on.
Hmm.
And he just keeps. Oh, go on.
Yeah, no, I just want to say a little insider of the whole thing. Do you want actually? I don't know if you know it, but do you know who actually conducted the this match? Who
Vince
gave
Russo.
Good old JB, Jeremy Borash.
absolutely? And I tell you, he did a awesome job.
Bang up job.
Fantastic.
Again, would you be surprised considering he was one of the men behind the creation
Of the final deletion.
of the broken universe? If it
Yeah,
was
and the
not for
final deletion.
JB, if it was not for JB, it would have never
Mm.
fucking happened.
But I gotta say, we give props to JB, give props to Matt Hardy, but also give
Matt
props
Hardy.
to Triple H. Yeah, Matt Hardy.
Oh yeah, Triple H as well
Because
was
Triple
involved.
H
Like,
told the guys like talk, because like there's nothing worse than just going, you know. The guys
oh yeah,
were like
Taker
talking,
fucking
Taker and
talked and talked and
yeah. Could
god
you
damn
see
it.
what you call it? Taker and Styles said like, "Hey, do you mind if we talk?" And Triple H said, "Yeah, do." And even Vince McMahon loved it, I believe. So when Vince McMahon likes that, you know,
You've done something good.
you've done something good. And it's great to see too. And who also I heard that Kurt Angle pitched Undertaker to face AJ Styles, because he said that you'll have a good match, and that was last year.
Like he would
It's
now,
amazing what a year can
granted,
do.
like after WrestleMania 35 and the whole Super Showdown incident,
Yeah, he
you would
wanted to.
think, oh God, AJ Styles, Undertaker, in a normal match.
I wouldn't think so because I knew AJ would give Undertaker a good match because AJ is that great worker that you could put him up against anyone and he'd give him a great
Hell,
match.
even Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, like he made Jinder Mahal in fairness, like he made Jinder Mahal in a sense a real star, like and that's how good that he could gel with anyone. Like, I mean, imagine if he was facing Goldberg, he'd actually, you know, he'd give Goldberg some dominance, like a bit like Ziggler and Goldberg at SummerSlam.
Oh God, that was actually fuck. I remember that match well.
Yeah, it was 2019, and Dolph Ziggler sold him well, and that's what you
Oh yeah,
like. He
it's
sold him so
Ziggler.
well. Yeah, even I suppose I suppose we'll get to that. But yes, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was part one.
No, we're
I
not done yet. We're not done just yet.
no, we're not.
You're glossing over one very important detail.
Oh, the hand.
He was not just Biker Taker. He was not Mark Calloway. This motherfucker still had the dead man in him. AJ Styles had kicked him into the grave. It looked like it was over. He had been beaten up by Gallows and Anderson. And just as AJ starts the tractor, a big flash of light behind him, and who rises up from behind, staring daggers through AJ Styles, but the dead man himself.
Kane.
And he beat AJ Styles from pillar to post, threw him off a shed roof. And just when you thought it was all over, AJ Styles is begging is begging the Undertaker not to
Oh,
bury him.
I actually like that too. He was patting on the back and it's okay,
And
Alan. It's okay, Alan.
he said he wasn't going to bury him. He goes to walk away and just instantly turns and boots the soul out of AJ Styles. Styles falls into the grave. Taker, who surprisingly knows how to use a tractor, go figure, dumps the dirt on AJ, and the final shot is the hand of AJ Styles
I think actually
sticking out of the
Undertaker
ground.
pitched that too.
Yeah,
Undertaker pitched
sticking out of the ground.
And
And
did you
the
see
end,
too? Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say the ending was the symbol on the
oh yeah,
house.
the ending of WrestleMania Night 1. The
Yes.
Undertaker walking to his bike and picking up that bandana, putting it on and heading off, getting ready to ride off with the dead man music playing in the background.
And he's off to a right, Michelle.
And he's
And
and he pulls to a stop, fist up into the air, flames on the shed, and the Undertaker symbol projected onto the wall. End of night 1. But before we move on to night 2, night 1 overall, gentlemen, your opinion.
a stack show.
Bruh,
Oh yeah.
I don't watch pay-per-views, so I can't.
I didn't watch it too, but I have to look. I'm going to be looking at
Oh,
highlights.
I put myself through, what was it, 8 hours in
Sounds
total?
about right.
Fucking hell.
For night
But
1,
obviously, we forgot, guys. Predictions we had for that match. I had Undertaker.
Undertaker.
I had Styles.
I forgot
Yes,
where
And-
that would make 4-4. If we're
Yeah,
not
so that's a
counting
draw
like
now.
I
So you weren't
was
counting
wait, oh,
You didn't count Goldberg. So I was in the lead. I was 4-4. So now I'm
Wasn't I tied? I was tied with you at the end of the night, wasn't I? No.
yeah. No, I don't think you were because you what you call it?
it's because
There's
we didn't
7.
count. Some of us didn't
Yeah,
count
you didn't count
Goldberg
match 8.
because
Oh, I didn't
because
count Goldberg. Yeah.
Braun Strowman.
Hold on, I
wasn't
need
a
to go back
pick.
over my a second.
No, I know it
yeah.
now. So it's
Yeah.
so we're all drawn.
I should have written this down.
So
Fuck's
I'm
sake, I should have
5.
written this down. My bad.
I am 4 wins, 5 losses, and ye
Where
are
are we now?
what you call it? You're at.
It's either 4 wins, 5 losses for me, or 4 wins, 4 losses. Depends on Strowman Goldberg.
Well, I was 5. Well, I was 4-4. Sorry, yeah, I think it was actually 4-4. We'll go back again now. So, Gulak 0-1. 1-1.
You know, on
0,
this Wikipedia page,
1-1.
it breaks
1-2.
kayfabe
1-3.
by saying
2-3.
Mark William
3-3.
Calloway, better known
3-4.
by the ring
Yes.
name The Undertaker.
I have my night 1 score here now in front of me. I had 5 losses and I had 4 wins.
Yes, and I have what you call it? 4 losses, 5 wins? No. 5 losses, 4 wins. So 4
So
wins.
me and John were tied for night 1.
4
Okay.
wins.
But should that mean so that what you call it must be tied too? I saw because he went with Sheamus, which is wrong for him.
Oh yeah,
He
he
went
was
for
out
Undertaker.
with.
Yeah,
He
we
was out
didn't
with
think it
me.
was me because someone forgot to mention that Cesaro won the pre-show.
There's
I
2 of
put-
us
I-
here. Why am I getting the fucking blame here?
I
Because
put
you're the one
matches-
DMing me the match results.
Well, I tell you, I put the matches on there on the Discord on the channel.
Yeah, so you
So-
can't go fucking blame me. It's not my fault you didn't read the fucking Discord.
Yeah, let's
Anyways.
see.
Your Discord, by the way, I score.
My Discord.
Yes, your Discord.
Let's
Link
see.
down in the description below.
Link down in the description below. Be
Come
sure
join
to
us.
post and talk a lot of stuff.
Talking smack.
Make your favorite wrestler do the drop toe hold or the overdrive. Unfortunately, I could only
Yes.
find one image of the overdrive being used. Maybe you can find a different image and
Yes.
and plaster Kane on the drop toe hold end.
That's gotta be Kane.
That's gotta
it
be
is.
Cabal.
That's gotta be Cabal. So on to part 2, and we start off with Pre-show. Liv Morgan defeats Natalia in 6 minutes 25 seconds
With a roll up. The
with
most
the good
dangerous
old.
move in the
Uh,
most dangerous move in
I'm,
wrestling.
if
time
Charlotte
to
did the
time to
drop
add
toe
that
hold,
to
it
the
would be
meme
overdrive.
move list.
Yeah,
Yes.
the roll up.
The roll up.
God damn it.
Hey, someone got knocked
Remember
out
that
from
one
a
time
roll up
that Goldberg rolled up for
in
Bray
front of him.
Wyatt for the win?
Oh
Got the
god.
Universal Championship. I'm
What a
just imagining like these strong guys
Oh, the
now
fucking
who
reactions to
who
that would
don't
have been
need to
fucking
do like
murder.
doing roll ups now.
Or imagine like
Ima-
Goldberg doing the drop toe hold and then pinning Bray Wyatt off it.
Imagine
Goldberg,
the
do-
Undertaker
Goldberg doing
doing
the
the
wrestling move.
roll up.
Besides the spear. But yes, I went for Liv Morgan. So
I had
that brings
Morgan.
Morgan.
so we're all still tied.
5-5.
Five, 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 five. Okay,
In the
next,
words of Kevin Kelly, the drive for 5.
Kevin Kelly. By God. Next, we had Charlotte Flair defeating Rhea Ripley
Aha!
via submission.
Ye all fucking doubted me on this pick. I said a Flair is money. I said a Flair is draw. And I said in the Discord before Mania that it was Charlotte's birthday. And lo and behold, what happened? Tell
Well,
him, John.
yeah. Had I known that it was Charlotte's birthday on that day, I would have been like, actually, you're making a really good point. I changed my mind to Charlotte Flair. But you know what? Hindsight is Bradbury. So I'll
Hindsight,
take the fall
hindsight.
on that.
Look, I know. Look, this is not going to get demonetized anyway. Like you've 2 Irishmen in America. This isn't going to get. This isn't going to get monetized.
It's not going to get
Can't fucking.
demonetized because 83
we don't even have.
subscribers.
We don't
But
even have
but I'm
monetization, so we're
I'm
fine.
I'm I'm more thinking of if my family's listening. Do they want to hear me swear like a sailor? No.
See, we
Mine
need to
don't
keep
care.
this family friendly, you know. There
I
could
need
be
to
young
keep
kids out
myself
there, like
family
Have you
friendly. You guys
have
like
you
can like
seen my family?
I
like
can
Jimmy
place the
Sierra,
blame
you
on
know.
you guys.
I've never sworn on
Yeah,
stream.
Liar.
liar.
Hey,
I'm
what?
pretty sure you have when you first came up.
No, I don't think so. I've done my best to not
I.
swear.
I've done
I
my
tell
best
you
to
what.
not swear, and
I
I
tell you what.
don't hold it
Some
to myself.
down in the comments below, if you heard me swear, let me know in the comments below. I know not you two. I'm talking about people watching. 'Cause I know you probably would, anyways. But let's get back to this thing. So I picked Rhea Ripley, and of course I lost. So that's now that's 5-6. 5 wins, 6 losses.
Five
By
wins,
the way,
six
20
losses.
minutes, 30 seconds.
God
Fair,
damn.
Gosh
fair play to
dang.
Again, look,
Kyle Rice.
Rhea Ripley did lose. However, she proved one thing: she can hang with the best.
She
Yeah,
probably could get a main role. So you went
that's like
obviously with Charlotte.
apparently according
I
to.
had
No,
went,
wait, no,
I
never
had went
mind.
with
I
Charlotte,
was.
and
I
lo and
saw you went
behold,
with
brought me up
I went
65.
with Rhea Ripley.
Radio. So then that makes Boyle Rice in the lead.
By
So
1
next
point, by one
by 1
poxy
point,
point.
1 poxy point. So then we had Alistair Black defeat Bobby
Bobby
Lashley
Lashley.
As I
in
recall, all
seven
of us
seven minutes
picked
3 seconds.
Black.
All of us picked Black. So that's
Oh yeah,
still
And FYI,
7-5 for me.
apparently Franklin
and
Roberto Lashley is Bobby Lashley's real name.
wow.
Also,
Roberto.
Bobby Lashley wearing tights is a fucking strange thing to see.
Hey,
Yeah.
I told you when I DM'd you, I says that she must have taken Lana's panties.
Oh, he's still
Actually,
with
speaking of
Lana?
which, the only way that Lashley had lost the match is he had Aleister Black up for the Dominator. Lana got up in the airplane and shouted instruction at him to spear Aleister. Excuse me. Lashley dropped Aleister, went for a spear, and just as he's running, Aleister caught him with the Black Mass for the 3.
So they're gonna obviously do a storyline with that. So
There's dissension.
there's dissension in. Okay, that was a.
Oh,
I was. Do you know you have a joke in your head and it's good, but then when you say it out, it's like, no, it's. I'm not saying it.
There's
Yeah, proves my point.
dissension in camp Lashley and Lana.
no,
So
wait.
next week.
I think I may have confused a schoolboy with a roll up.
Oh, well then.
Well, time to look up school. boy.
Kind of screwed up.
Pin.
Make sure, be very careful with that now.
Oh, nope, I'm not. Nope. That was
Look up wrestling schoolboy. You might get the better choice.
So while I start
wrestling.
doing that, I'll move on to the next one here. The
Please do.
biggest feud going into WrestleMania in Part 2, and perhaps one of the best feuds hidden in Otis. Hey, Mandy. Defeating Dolph Ziggler, and Mandy and Otis having a good old tongue
Fox.
twist.
3 words. Fuck social distancing. Because Jesus Christ, they were fucking locking lips. And
Oh, I'm telling you, I say Otis has an. I'd say Otis was in. I'd say Otis was definitely in the what you call it, Raymond Jameson Stadium, or wherever WrestleMania was supposed to take it. Because he must have been in heaven for all that though. Because
oh yeah.
that was. I'm telling you something. The tongue he was getting just reminded him probably of all that ham. But it
Hey.
lasted 8 minutes 15 seconds. I picked Otis.
After first Ziggler hoofing, poor
Mhm.
old Otis up to well, people they claimed it was a low blow, but it was more of a toe up the hole to Otis. And then Mandy Rose comes down, slaps the taste out of Sonya Deville, gets into the ring, and absolutely hoofs Ziggler right in the package.
Nice, classic, and of course, Dolph Ziggler getting cooked.
And of course, that
WrestleMania.
brought me up to 8-5.
And I will be. If you're 8-5, then I will be.
Win,
Uh,
loss, win.
Ye were all
7.
with
5-7.
the Charlotte win had ye a point behind me
Mm,
for a good majority of the night.
yeah,
As night 2 was without a doubt a absolute clean sweep for me.
yeah, probably for myself too. Besides, obviously, the
Charlotte Flair.
So yeah, I think that's five wins, 7 losses to myself. Next, we had. Now I didn't see this match, but it you knew it was going to be a bar burner for sure. Is Edge defeating Randy Orton in the last man
Oh,
standing match? 36 seconds, 36 minutes, 35 seconds.
it
Longest
got given
match of WrestleMania.
a rating of 1 star.
Really?
Is
And
that too much or too little?
by Dave Meltzer, and it was called the most boring WrestleMania match ever.
Damn.
And all I say is this. Now, this won't be seen by Dave Meltzer. It won't be seen by any of his followers or any shit like that. But what could you do with a man who, again, has been wrestling for 9 long years, bless you,
Thank you.
and has had double neck surgery? What could you want him to do? He's not going to go jumping off a 10-foot ladder or 20-foot ladder going through a table. Actually, no, to be fair, he did go through a table. But like going through table after table, getting absolutely clattered with chairs, getting thrown through glass. Like, Edge is 46. He is 46 and has had 2 neck surgeries, and he goes and causes the most boring match ever. In my opinion, Dave, again, this isn't going to cause controversy. This isn't going to get this channel
Probably
into
no one's gonna
trouble.
watch it anyway. So
I mean,
sorry,
No,
it's not
like-
like
I
I
don't wanna be
insult the
harsh.
Meltzer meter every time on Monkey Wrestling.
Yeah,
Like,
this guy got
again,
66.
66% on Meltzer meter.
like
Friggin' Roman versus
Meltzer now.
God.
Yeah.
Meltzer can just, like, he's just lost
You
the plot
see,
at this point.
But here's the like, Meltzer is always going to give New Japan all the stars. He's always had a thing with WWE.
And now, again, I'm probably going to piss you two guys off, but he has gone from sucking in from the utter of New Japan to kissing the arse of Tony Khan. Because he has stopped talking about New Japan ever since AEW came into existence. Like, hell, the wrestling world has actually
here's the
stopped
thing
talking
now.
about
You
New
have
Japan.
to realize too that New Japan have after canceling most of their shows.
That because of the coronavirus. And
Yes.
fair play to them.
Absolutely. So maybe that's kind of why he's not reacting obviously because there's those shows on. Then again, AEW is cancelled, but AEW was still doing live shows.
The
besides-
AEW actually had
Oh,
police
sorry,
show up to their
pre-shows.
yeah. The AEW had
Pre-tape.
police show up to their
Yeah.
secret location,
Mm.
and they obviously now AEW had papers to show that they can, pre-tape the show,
Yeah.
and the cops actually stayed around to make sure all rules were followed and all that.
Well, that's fair. That's fair, and it didn't break any rules, which is good.
No.
But yeah, no, I didn't see. But yeah, no, I have to agree with Brian. Or sorry, with Boyle Rice here. A few minutes. Kayfabe.
Keep the
But
kayfabe. Keep the kayfabe.
Yeah,
keep the
let's
kayfabe.
talk about Mr. Roberto Lashley.
Roberto, yeah, but no, what you call it? I like yes, age. He is 40 something, 46.
46
He
is of age.
He's what you call. He does have an awful lot of neck surgery and all that. I understand that, but you have to think too. Like age, this is his first singles match in 9 years. Can't say almost. It is 9 years.
Been 9 years.
It's been 9 years, and he's in the biggest match of well, no, I can't say biggest match of his career, but the biggest match of his
biggest story going into Mania.
biggest story, yeah, and yes, it's a small arena, yes, there's no fans and all that, but like the guy went 36 minutes with Randy Orton, like, and it's good that he's in like with a guy who's they're both safe, they're both know each other very, very well, like, but yeah, like obviously Edge is not gonna go full Shane McMahon and jump off a ladder and go, what
No.
did you do? So like you could see that point too. But now again, I didn't see the match, but I did see that it was all over the place. So,
Like now,
that's good too.
again 5 years on, I still don't know how the fuck I've done this, but I've actually got my own mother into wrestling, and even she said, I'm sick of all these old wrestlers coming in, and like she'd much prefer the young guys wrestling, and just the very second she said that, I just instantly thought like, oh fuck. She's getting used to it now, like.
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to her.
Like I can see that point too, like, I mean, but again, I think myself that it's nice to have a bit of mix of flavor,
And
like I mean, you should kind of have a bit of balance, like, I like was Undertaker a bit too much, like winning like twice or something, and so yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is, like, but yes, that was Edge Orton. Next time we had the Street Profits defending.
Oh, we kind of forgot I had Edge for that match.
Everyone had Edge for that match.
Everyone had Edge for that match.
Yeah, so I am now 9-5.
And I am.
You would be 8-5.
8-5. Or 5-8. 5-8.
8-5 for me, I think.
8 wins, 5 loss. John and I saw 8 wins, 5, and me 9 wins, 5 loss.
So yeah, so 9-5, 8-5, 8-5. Next we had Street Profits defending, and they won actually, retaining the tag team titles against Angel Garza, Austin Theory. Match lasted 6 minutes 20 seconds.
Montez Ford is a fucking lunatic, and I love it.
Yeah. Here's like, again, that's a bit low. A short match. I mean, I can get like Austin Theory was in there. It's a dramatic, like, but they could have went a little bit longer.
But let's not forget what happened at the end.
Again, I didn't see
the EST of NXT. Bianca Belair made her WrestleMania debut.
No. Well, she's living in Orlando, so
yes, and married to Montez Ford.
Yes.
And I am Montez Ford is one lucky son of a bitch, and and Bianca Belair is lucky too, because fucking hell, Montez Ford, he seems like he looks like the type of dude that'd be fucking fun to be with. He looks like a dude that has so much fun.
I'm telling you. So I obviously picked the Street Profits.
I had the Street Profits.
Everyone picked the Street Profits.
Everyone picked the Street Profits.
Your boy hits 10 wins and has not lost a single match yet.
10 wins
and right there is a Bazinga moment. That's
10
another
wins, 5 losses.
That's another for the
8 losses.
For the
Boil rice.
the meme images.
The meme images. So
And
next
as
thing
we're going through the results, we have the leader of this illustrious group, Isor, is just fucking around to Discord.
I mean,
I'm not just doing it to the Discord. Just
See,
wait.
I'm not on Discord, so I don't know what the fuck you are doing.
actually, he's doing nothing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So next we
And
had,
right there. And
or
we
probably
just
will be doing something in a few minutes. But I'll
right
get back
up
to it anyways. Bailey, of
there.
course, retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship against Lacey Evans,
And
Naomi,
there.
Sasha Banks, and Tamina. 19 minutes 20 seconds. I had
And
Bailey.
I had Bailey.
I had
I
Sasha
nearly
Banks.
I
Oh.
nearly had a heart attack during this match as near the end. There was again, this was as clear as day. Dissension between Bailey and Sasha as near the end of the match. Sasha had Lacey Evans' head near the bottom right turnbuckle, and Bailey was coming in to drive a knee into the side of her head. Lacey got out of the way, dragged Sasha into the way, and caused Bailey to hit her with a knee, knocking her out. And Lacey Evans got a roll up on Bailey, not eliminating her, thank God. But Bailey then got a pin on Lacey Evans. Sasha came in, broke up the pin because she is pissed with a capital P. Lacey Evans comes to. I think she was going to clock Bay. They're just going to spear both women when Bailey decided to push Banks out of the way. Lacey Evans went for a women's right. Bailey caught it, spun her around, and then Lacey just uncorked women's right to Sasha Banks. Banks was eliminated. And at that moment now, I thought, holy shit, Lacey Evans, the actual, like she was going to fucking do it.
Oh wait, this was elimination?
Yes.
Huh.
By the way, how did Tamina get on?
She got eliminated. She got the big woman elimination spot.
Oh,
where
really?
Where
everyone,
everyone
where everyone,
suplexes
yeah,
her.
everyone does their
Oh
finish
my god,
and dogpiles her.
that's crap. I mean, they build her like SmackDown. She was pretty
She
dominant,
fucking torture everybody, but
and then they're like, "Oh, hey, let's just all dive on top of her and pin her." 1, 2, 3. It's like, Big Show
tail,
Elimination Chamber 2009 again.
tail is all the time, really. But Lacey Evans went for the BME, the best moonsault ever, and she hit it. Granted, Bailey kicks out at 2 and catches Lacey Evans with, I do believe it is called the Rose Plant Facebuster. I do believe it is called. Bailey gets to 3, and Sasha Banks enters the ring with the SmackDown Women's title in hand, looking a small bit pissed off, but understandable. You would think that she would turn on Bailey there and then. No, she puts the belt around Bailey's waist, raises her arm in victory, yet cannot help but stare daggers through Bailey.
I mean, it probably could be a Bailey. Like, who knows? We'll have to tune in now to what's called a Friday Night SmackDown, and who knows? There could be,
It could
you
be
know,
Bailey
could
versus
be a good
Sasha
old
Banks. It
face
could
to
be
face match.
it could be that after WrestleMania, no more matches ever
Yeah,
That is true,
ever
yes.
again. So
Everyone
that
wears
was that.
hazmat suits.
Obviously,
Yes.
I had Bailey, so if I am remembering correctly, this would have been win 11 for
11.
me.
So that I had Bailey, so that's 10-8 to me.
Uh,
You Sasha Banks, you said.
yes.
So that's
So
9-8.
I have remained in the lead,
So
and
11,
sadly
11-8.
we have 2 matches left.
Yes. So then
Will John and Isor somehow manage to stop the drive
the
Well,
drive to 5.
let's all
of
just
boiled
stop
rice?
building it up. We all picked the same person for the next 2 matches.
Yes, we did.
So
Yes, we did.
there's absolutely no build up.
Yes. So there's a
I
clear
hate to
win.
break it to you. The winners have already been picked because we all essentially picked the same person for a majority of these matches. We picked Seth.
Yes.
We picked
Except
John
for-
Morrison. We picked Bray Wyatt. We picked Drew McIntyre. We picked Street Profits. We picked Edge. We picked Otis. We picked Aleister Black. This night had like a majority of all of us picking the same person.
It's just one match went and fucked it up for you.
Yeah, one or two.
That was that Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair.
And now it's time to move on. Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is presented to you by LSD and acid and weed and alcohol because it is the Firefly Funhouse match.
We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that will never ever end. Ever.
Yes.
Again, you guys didn't see this match live,
I did.
but
I saw the highlights.
Okay.
It was
Yeah, I saw the illegal highlights
Weird.
posted on YouTube.
it was weird, but it was like, you know what? That's actually pretty good what they did. You know,
Yes.
it's nice to have John Cena back in these
You had
2000.
Ruthless Aggression Cena, you had the
Yeah.
Doctor of Thugonomics, which by the way, same Doctor of Thugonomics attire he had for WrestleMania last year.
35. Yes.
Wait,
Uh,
he had a match last year?
No, it
No
was doing
segment
Jesus
with
Elias.
Oh.
Yeah. And somehow Elias still got a match at WrestleMania and won. So see, Cena, you don't always bury everyone.
Now that you say that,
Although he was going to bury Bray Wyatt when he was saying Husky Harris. And they
yeah.
quickly deleted that.
Wait, he said Husky Harris?
Yeah.
Sure enough,
One
match
for you to
start.
look up.
Yeah, the match didn't start in the Funhouse like the Boneyard match did. Cena came out to the ring and went to do his usual entrance, and of course, no crowd. So he's looking around a bit confused and just shrugs it off, runs to the ring, and they start doing they start replaying all WrestleMania intros, and it just keeps going and going. It gets distorted more and more and more. Stops, pitch dark, Firefly Funhouse episode.
Yay.
Bray's in the room, and Bray's in the room starts, you know Bray Wyatt at this point, yada, yada, yada.
Hey kids, do you know where Cena is?
And Bray went through the door marked "Abandon Hope, all ye who enter here." Went through the door. Again, everything goes distorted. And John Cena enters the Firefly Funhouse and looks around, wondering what is going on. Up pops Rambling Rabbit, who at this point has died and came back more than The Undertaker and Kane combined. Starts giving Cena praise, as Rambling Rabbit does. Cena goes through the door, and Bray Wyatt is in the ring, and he cuts word for word the same promo Kurt Angle cut in 2002 that brought out John Cena. And now this is where things got interesting. As John Cena, dude who's nearly in his 50s, comes out in the neon trunks and the boots.
Neon trunks?
John Cena's 42.
John Cena's OVW gear.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
Wait. John Cena
Do you know
is the current host of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yeah.
On Nickelodeon?
Yep.
When has Nickelodeon has Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
when all the good shows stop being aired. But yeah,
when Nickelodeon
Cena
had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon
So-
needed Cena.
Cena
That gives me
comes
another
out,
idea.
and Cena comes out. Obviously, Bray Wyatt. What is the one quality that you possess that you think you can defeat Bray Wyatt? Cena. Oh, excuse me. Cena screams ruthless aggression. Goes to hit Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt ducks. Cena screams ruthless aggression. Bray Wyatt ducks. Cena screams ruthless aggression. Bray Wyatt ducks. Cena screams ruthless aggression, and Bray Wyatt ducks.
Vice versa.
And on and on and on and on, etc., etc., etc.
And then he started talking and laughing. It was just like, yeah, that's actually pretty funny. That's actually good.
And actually, there actually was a very big return at WrestleMania during this segment. SmackDown Fist.
Yes. Although I didn't have the Titantron, which is sad.
The
But yes,
fist.
the
People like
fist.
the fist more.
People like the fist.
Daniel Bryan likes a good old fisting, as he said himself.
Yes. Now Brie Bella. Now we know who wears the pants in the family.
And
And
yeah,
anyways, what you call it
obviously
then?
then next thing that happens was we go back to the 1980s. We go back to Saturday night's main event.
Yes.
Back
And the very
in the
very
90s.
famous
Cage.
I think this was a Hulk Hogan promo. I might be wrong because again, I'm not from the 80s. I'm not that fucking old.
No, I'm not from the.
I think it
either, but I do know
was
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
I think it was a reference to the Hulk Hogan King Kong Bundy WrestleMania 2 build up.
1 second there now. A spoof of Saturday Night's been inspired by promos accusing Cena of being a bully who did not have work to advertise but allowed it. So it doesn't really actually say. I think it was probably Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, because around WrestleMania 2 was the first ever. Again, they claimed first ever, but obviously history books would tell you that there were plenty during house shows.
Yeah.
First ever steel cage match.
Also, yes. Also, they had the cage, the blue cage.
Mm.
So that was kind of good. Do you want me
there's
to
not
continue
really.
after this? Like, 'cause I have to...
Yeah, do you know something? John, I will pass the reins on to you here as, to be fair, I'm just rambling at this point because obviously I do remember the match, but yeah.
Well, I'll sum it up to everyone here. After reminiscing about his defeat against Cena at WrestleMania 30, we had the return of Bray Wyatt appearing
Weird
as his
seeing him.
old
Weird seeing him in that shirt
with
again.
the dreadlocks.
The long hair. God damn.
So he appeared as his old Wyatt family self. Cena and Wyatt suddenly appeared in the ring where Cena reversed out of a attempted Sister Abigail by Wyatt and was as the previous match. However, remember at WrestleMania 30 he told him to use the chair and he
Yes,
didn't?
Cena actually went and did it this time. He
Did
actually swung for Bray Wyatt, but Bray
did.
Wyatt obviously disappeared.
Yep.
And
Then they went back to the good old WCW.
the now this was
Monday
good
night.
this was good symbolism, as it has been pointed out. Cena actually is same age as Edge, and around that time, Hulk Hogan, 46, he joined the NWO.
Yeah, so so Cena then acted as Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Wyatt acted as Eric Bischoff.
He did not act as Hollywood Hogan for long. He fucking straight away snapped out of it and started laying in the digs to Bray Wyatt.
But that's what it says here, anyways. And then in the ring, Cena tackled Wyatt with a fury of fists, but then Wyatt suddenly disappeared and was replaced by Huskus the Pig Boy Puppet. And then the Fiend then snuck up from behind to finish off Wyatt with the Sister Abigail, the Man of the Claw, with Wyatt's normal self counting the pin. 1, 2, 3. That was it.
And let's not forget, as Bray Wyatt is the Fiend is standing over a defeated John Cena. He didn't do what he'd done to the likes of Balor and Rollins. He didn't change John Cena. He didn't revert Cena to his old ways. He had legitimately destroyed the soul of John Cena.
Actually, you know, it's actually kind of funny, but you could kind of say that actually it was Cena that, in the sense that probably...
Yeah, Cena destroyed himself.
Well, not that
Cena,
but it was
Cena.
it was actually that Cena brought Wyatt back to his old self. You know, because he went back from all Wyatt family self. You know, all that stick. But yeah, so I had Bray Wyatt.
I had Bray. That brought me up to 12-5.
Bray.
So I'm 11 5. I'm correct. 11-5. Yes.
WrestleMania.
And then, anyways, the main event. put it up simply, Drew McIntyre defeats Brock Lesnar for the WWE title in 4 minutes 35 seconds, and pretty much it was your average 4-minute match. There
It's
was
a
F5.
It's Brock Lesnar.
It's
It's
Brock
Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar. What you call it? Company, blah blah blah.
It's
McIntyre
it's
shut off with the Claymore.
it finally happened. It's finally
Yeah,
happened.
and sadly there was
First,
no one there to
no,
cheer him on.
yeah,
But
but
hey, look,
it
McIntyre
it's happened. The
finally.
same year as the British Bulldog entering the Hall of Fame, 2020, through all the problems, through all the pandemics, Britain and Scotland, I might add, I saw it on the Sun Sports this morning. They only said British. He is Scottish.
Well,
Drew McIntyre.
Britain is a
Well,
part. Scotland is a part of Britain.
well, some Scots now don't like to say they're part of Britain, so
Uh,
you wouldn't really know what
Yeah.
side Drew is on.
time to
Well,
bring out the United
unfortunately, we can
Kingdom
only
from
go by what they
WWE
say.
12.
But look, we'll say it anyway. Drew McIntyre
The Scottish
is the
psychopath.
first ever British WWE champion. The same year the British Bulldog goes into the Hall of Fame.
I don't know if he's the first. Is he the first British?
He is. He is the first British WWE champion.
Ah,
Sheamus was the
shoot,
first.
they
Was
got
the first
like
Irish
yeah, I
WWE
know
champion.
Sheamus was. Sorry, lads, it took you, 11 years. But I mean, look, it's okay. Let's
They
be
never
bygones be bygones.
look. They had Jeez, you had Wade Barrett. You had
Why Barra?
actually the only other British person they had was Wade Barrett because they never got Nick Aldis to join the WWE.
No. Well, you could have Gentleman Jack Gallagher. He's another British, although
Yeah,
he's in the
he's.
cruiserweight.
Mm.
He's changed though. You see, he's got all of
Oh
the
yeah,
goddamn tattoos. Damn. But yes, I had Drew McIntyre, so that
I had
brought me
Drew.
up to
we
12.
all had Drew.
We all had Drew.
We've gone over
brought
this.
me to 13. That has brought me to 13 wins, 5 losses,
11
9
wins. However
That brought
many
me to
losses.
12 wins, 5 losses, and I think that brought ISOR to 11 wins, 5 losses. So,
and simple as for us now. This is my second time doing a podcast with you guys, and again, I said it to you before we started. I am 100% grateful for you guys letting me do this. This again, like I didn't really see myself doing a podcast at the start of the year, but now that I've actually done
No one
two of
sees
them,
anything.
no,
don't
I've
worry,
done
I
two
was
of
the
them
same too.
now, and to be fair, I am happy that I'm actually doing this. I actually felt like very important, like very what's the word I'm looking for? Like I can actually woke up this morning feeling actually good about myself, feeling prepared, because I'd actually enjoyed watching Mania for two reasons. One, I enjoyed it because again it's WrestleMania, and two, I had something to talk about the next day, and lo and behold, that's what we're doing right now. We have
Mhm.
sat here, we have chatted, we've gone through Mania, we've gone through every match from night 1 to night 2. We've seen good, we've seen two bad, and obviously two phenomenal two phenomenal what would you call them?
Pre-shows.
Movie esque matches with the
Two,
Boneyard
phenom-
match and the Firefly
two
Funhouse
phenomenal
match.
days.
Better than
That's what it was.
that like the attempt to do the Hardy compound thing with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton like 3 years ago, was it?
Mm. Whenever Jinder Mahal was challenging for the WWE title, yes.
At Backlash, Randy Orton faced Bray Wyatt at like a
No, that was
what?
Payback. Payback was before Backlash.
Oh yeah, they both have similar sounding names, don't they?
That's why Payback isn't a pay-per-view anymore.
Ah, it all
Yeah,
makes sense.
didn't they had I think wasn't it? It was funny because before it was called Backlash, but they renamed it Stomping Ground because remember they had a Saudi Arabia show and like 2 weeks later they did Backlash. Obviously, Penta's like, oh, backlash. There's going to be backlash of it. So it was kind of like, no.
The
We're going to
backlash.
go
Yes.
back.
Let us never forget the great pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire.
Oh, Great Balls of Fire, which of course had Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, and
No. Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman versus
sorry,
Brock
yeah,
Lesnar. Half of
that's
that, no
No
mercy.
Mercy. Yeah, sorry,
I
you're
thought
right.
Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar was a SummerSlam match.
No, that was a fatal 4-way.
Hmm.
But obviously, 2 nights of WrestleMania for the first time ever. But there's one upside to Mania being over now, and that is we will no longer hear WrestleMania too big for just one night.
Oh, don't say that, because they're going to go like next year and do that again.
I mean, on
Look,
the Wikipedia page,
I wouldn't mind another a 2-day WrestleMania from here on out.
Yeah.
yeah, on the Wikipedia page, it says like WrestleMania 37 is going to Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's their next WrestleMania. They've literally, they've literally taken WrestleMania 21 and said, yeah, let's just use this again.
Well, to be
Except,
fair, they've been going back to old stadiums. They went back to the Citrus Bowl, which was the home of WrestleMania 24 for WrestleMania 33. They went back to Nolans for WrestleMania 34. They went back to MetLife Stadium for WrestleMania 35. And
actually, my first
obviously,
WrestleMania 24.
no, my first Mania was WrestleMania 31.
There you go. Although I have the DVD of WrestleMania 23, but
I
my
have the
first
network.
actual- just for only $9.99. Although for here
Not here in Ireland. It's
no, it's
€13
like
a month.
€13 a month. It's like, oh,
I'm not too chuffed by that, to be honest.
doesn't have the same ring to it though.
23,
How much is it? €13, huh? €13.
22.
Doesn't mix. But yes, that was WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, 21.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yes.
WrestleMania 36, ladies and gentlemen, is done and dusted. It's in the history books. It will go
Six
down.
squared.
It
It
will
will go
go
down as the
down as
weirdest
one of
WrestleMania of all time.
weirdest
It'll go
Mania,
down
but
as the WrestleMania to take place during the bubonic plague.
Yes.
as usual, WWE backed up into a corner. They fucking pulled magic out of their ass.
Yes.
And I tell you what we do. We have to admit that there's only one person that had full confidence in this, and that's Vince McMahon. So,
Yeah, look,
fair play to Vince.
we will all look. People always give Vince McMahon shit for certain storylines and
For
certain
removing
decisions.
people's names.
Yeah.
I'm telling
some
you,
people forgive that eventually.
Mason Ryan.
No,
But
I just hate
but
the fact that they do that.
look, Vince gets a lot of shit. Look, yeah, Vince he's
Mm.
getting old, but he will be like the Queen of England. He will never die. Like Vince,
Yeah.
Vince is he will eventually lose his fight with God. And look, people give Vince shit now that he's alive, but you know that the day he dies, the world touch what he does. Obviously, like, touch what he doesn't. Vince McMahon gave us all so many good memories of our childhood.
Do you think that at his funeral, he'll play "Somebody Call My Mama" when he's lowered into the grave?
Yeah.
Vince. You know Vince will have some sort of fucking gag ready to be played at his funeral.
Vince will probably pop out and go. He's like, "It's me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin. You were all made fools of. Hook, line, and sinker."
I can just imagine his funeral.
Voted.
You got R-Truth there because I always imagine that R-Truth
loved R-Truth.
What?
Vince loves R-Truth.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? I always imagine like R-Truth and Vince McMahon are like the best friends
fine.
that behind the scene. Though I just remember that one image of them both laughing.
Yes, actually, I saw that.
R-Truth tried to teach Vince to dance once.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But it also sounds cringe at the same time.
Yes.
And also, once again, ladies and gentlemen, as our reviews finished, we are trailing off and starting to talk like a bunch of mad fuckers
Yes.
Yeah,
after
well,
Now,
being on a pub.
there was like one other thing. Like in the last stream, you talked about OSW reviews, and I
Yes.
did tweet and follow them. And you know what I got? I think
Nothing
I got a
back.
bot following me on Twitter.
Oh
Because once I
shit.
posted the channel, they're like, "Gotta like that." Hey, I do intros, by the way. It's the weirdest first follower you can ever get that isn't yourself.
oh,
But still, no word. And that's probably as much as I'm gonna do with that matter if I did it correctly. I don't
yeah.
exactly know how social
But
media works. One day, the official horse racing podcast will have no special guests. Like, imagine if Johnny comes in and starts having a debate with me about the drop till hold. That's
Oh
never
my
gonna
god,
happen.
I would lose my
shit.
marbles if Johnny from NL came in here and started talking. Holy crap! Also, by the way, we got two more comments here from the local madman. First being episode 3, and the second being Mason Ryan. So he must be a huge fan of Mason Ryan, then local madman. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. Now,
I
Oh,
wonder
another
what he
thing too.
does in his spare time.
Yeah, I wonder what he
He
does.
probably plays Animal Crossing.
He probably plays Fire Pro.
He
everybody's
probably
playing fucking Animal Crossing nowadays.
he probably plays Wrestling Revolution 3D.
Yeah, he probably
Ah,
has a
it's
YouTube
it's
channel.
funny that you bring that up, Eyesore,
Why wouldn't
because
I bring that up?
if I am correct, isn't that one of the things you normally stream on your YouTube channel?
You are 90% wrong. It's what I
Ah,
record
balls.
and post. Checkmate,
Ah,
atheists.
well, sorry.
Unless
Is
you're talking
you
about
were-
Fire Pro, in which case you're
you
99%
are
right.
yeah. Along with your podcast, you are even still entertaining people with your YouTube videos of Fire Pro Wrestling Returns and Revolution Pro Wrestling. And recently, you did do a Spyro playthrough. Am I correct?
Yes, that was a experimental playthrough, and yeah. Uh, I had to like my computer isn't that good with the things, but it's great to have like a software, a game. Like words cannot express how I'm feeling. It's better than playing on like an illegal downloaded copy on my computer to record the game, but I couldn't stream the game, or maybe I could, but the friggin' OBS tells me, "Uh-oh, your stream's going down." Oh no, I don't want my stream going down. And the fact of the matter is, because I could buy the Reignited trilogy on PC and have it at a low enough quality to be recorded on Movie AV Video Suite with the screen recording function, but unfortunately, the screen recording function cannot like stretch out the video into a 720, 1080p, whatever type thing. So now I'm gonna have to go back, play the game in 720, and then enjoy it that way. But that's only until after the Crush boss fight. Spoiler alert. That's when
Spoiler
the
alert.
recording ends.
Snark.com says the local madman is boss.
Yes, I am.
There you have it. Now, I'm just wondering if you want to talk about the history of the Intercontinental title, or do you want to do that as a different episode?
Well, we are an hour and 28 minutes in,
In.
so I'm going to get me a piece of dinner. You can talk about the Intercontinental Championship. You can talk about
Okay.
anything else. You can trash talk me behind my back. It's not like I listen to the podcast back home. I'm being serious. I don't actually listen to these podcasts. I just live them out. But maybe I will
Do you know,
listen
well,
to it.
I
I
actually
will
have looked
make a
back at
mental
the
note.
past two podcasts I was in. So yeah, you know.
I mean, the
I
only time
just
I looked
I
back was in the last podcast to look at the results.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get food. You guys talk about whatever.
Rightio. So I suppose we kick off. Do you want to start talking about the Intercontinental Championship?
Well, John, as much as I would love to reminisce the history of one of the one of the illustrious titles in the WWE.
Hmm.
I think I might leave it to the man who has been around longer than me, who has been watching wrestling longer than me, and that, of course, would only be you.
Why, thank you very, very much.
And I will pop in for the people that I would know about and the matches that I would have seen.
Fair enough. Well, without further ado, let's kick off with the Intercontinental Championship. So, on the 1st of September 1979, Pat Patterson became the first Intercontinental Champion. He had one reign, held it for 233 days. Pat Patterson became the first champion as a result of defeating Ted DiBiase to win the WWF North American Heavyweight Championship on June 19th, 1979, at Albertown, Pennsylvania, and defeating Johnny Rods, RODS, in a fictional
Johnny Rods,
tournament
yes.
final. In a
Yes,
fictional
in
tournament
Rio de Janeiro.
in
The
Rio de Janeiro.
same place where I do believe he was the original Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers, won
That's
the
correct.
the Worldwide Wrestling Federation
Yes.
Championship
The
back when it was
WWF.
run. Back when it was run by Vince McMahon Sr.
Hmm.
So Rio de Janeiro has a very impressive history of fictional
Yes.
tournaments for championships.
Me and Potato Boy say everything that happens in Rio de Janeiro doesn't actually happen. So basically,
Exactly.
Pat Patterson's title reign didn't actually happen. Sorry, folks. That's a little inside joke for us. So yeah, it was to unify the North American Heavyweight Championship with a fictional South American Heavyweight Championship to create the WWF Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Then,
And Pat Patterson, who is still with the WWE as a backstage producer.
yes, still going, still alive and kicking to this day. The second one was Ken Patera. He
Potato?
won it on Patera. Ken
Potato.
Patera.
Ken Patera, he was I do believe, a bodybuilder who came in to join the WWF and was around until the late 80s.
Yes, he was an Olympic weightlifter and strongman competitor from the United States. He became an Intercontinental champion. He won it on April 21st, 1980, at a house show in New York, which is probably Madison Square Garden, I'm presuming. Held it for
Yes.
231 days. Next was Pedro Morales, December 8th, 1980.
The Pedro Morales.
The first ever Grand Slam champion, Triple Crown.
Yes, he beat, I do believe it was, I want to try and get this right. He won the WWF Championship from Nikita Koloff after Nikita beat Bruno Sammartino in Madison Square Garden and nearly incited a riot.
Interesting. So he held it in New York, held it one reign, and he held it for 194 days. Next, of course, is Don Morocco, who won it
The original The Rock.
the original Rock. Yes, June 20th, 1981, at a house show in Philadelphia. He held it for one reign and held it for 156 days. And of course, then was Pedro Morales. He had it
First ever two-time IC champion.
Absolutely. He held it from November 23rd, 1981, at a house show in New York City, and that was his second reign, held it for 425 days. Again, we had Don Morocco, January 22nd, 1983, at a house show in New York City, and this is his second reign, held it for 385 days. Tito Santana then won it. He won it on February 11th, 1984, in a house show in Boston. He held it for that was his first reign, and he held it for 229 days.
First
Next,
and last reign, I believe.
no, actually, you were
Oh,
wrong
right.
there.
Wow, I
So,
didn't actually think he had another reign. It must have been a very short one. Had to have been.
don't forget, I'll let you know. So next we had Greg the Hammer Valentine, who won it in September 24th, 1984, in Maple Leaf Wrestling in London, Ontario, Canada. That was his first reign and held it for 285
Oh,
days.
excuse me. Sorry.
You've been eating an awful lot of pizza, I'd say, Potato
Cheers,
boy.
no boy. I'm happy.
Oh, not potato boy. Boiled rice. Must have been an awful lot of boiled rice you were eating for your.
No, my friend, I had a nice all fry before the podcast started, and I'm having a can of Coke right now to keep me.
Oh, fair play. This was aired on tape delay on October 13th, 1984. Next, we had Tito Santana, who won it on July 6th, 1985, at a house show in Baltimore, Maryland, which is his second reign, and he held it for 217 days. Yeah, of course, that was in a steel cage match. Next, we
And
had
of course,
Yes,
the biggest,
most recognizable at the
this
time.
this this next title change led to one of the first ever match of the nights for WrestleMania.
Not yet, not yet. Well, almost. But next we had Randy Savage, who won it on February 8th, 1986, at a house show in Boston, Massachusetts. That was his first reign and held it for 414 days. Next, we had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who won it on March 29th, 1984, at WrestleMania 3 at the Pontiac Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Am I right
After
in my Michigan?
Yes, you are
Michigan.
right. Pontiac, Michigan. The Pontiac Silverdome, the same building that was the first ever body slam of Andre the Giant by Hulk Hogan.
Allegedly. Well,
It happened before at Fenway
yeah.
Park.
Sorry to what you call 1980, wasn't it? I think.
Yes,
Yes.
19. Actually, no, sorry. Big John. There's someone else besides Hulk Hogan. I think it was Big John Studd that body slammed Andre the Giant.
It could have been, but it wasn't at WrestleMania. Anyways, that's for
No,
sure.
that was before Mania. Before Mania was even a
Mm.
thing.
I think, to be honest with you, I think Andre was body slammed multiple times, but
Yes,
no.
but obviously
We could
it
say
was in
the first
Japan.
time at WrestleMania.
It was in Japan. He was always portrayed differently.
So he held that title for 65 days.
He dropped it because he wanted to. His son was just born, who would end up becoming Richie Steamboat, who did compete in NXT.
Mhm.
That led to Vince Jr., Vince McMahon, to release Ricky Dragon Steamboat from his contract. Ricky had dropped the title, and he went to WCW.
So then we had the Honky Tonk Man, who won it on June 2nd, 1987, at Superstars of Wrestling. God, I feel like Tony Schiavone. Oh, not Tony. Tony Chimmel with the Superstar. Didn't mean to say it like that. But anyways, it was his first reign and held it for 454 days, which was at the time the longest reign.
The longest reign ever.
That was aired on tape delay on June
Actually,
13th, 19.
hold on. Now that I think of it, that is and still is the longest IC championship reign.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
no one
don't
has actually. Yes, no one has actually defeated the Honky Tonk Man's record.
Well, there you go. See, it's nice to see that they're still keeping old legacies intact.
Wait,
But
the
who
Miz
knows?
hasn't beaten that record?
No, he is tied with
No.
Jericho for the most Intercontinental Championship victories.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think is it? I thought it was 8.
No,
I will
9-9. Rest at yeah, we'll get there.
So next we got the Ultimate Warrior, who won it on August 29th, 1988, at SummerSlam, the first ever SummerSlam in New York City, New York, which was a first reign, held it for 216 days. Next, we had Rick Rude at April 2nd, 1989, at WrestleMania 5. Yes, WrestleMania 5. And it was at Atlantic City, New Jersey. First reign held it for 148 days. Next, of course, we had the Ultimate Warrior, who won it at August 28th, 1989, at SummerSlam at East Rutherford, New Jersey. That was his second reign and held it for 216 days. Then the championship was vacated on April 1st, 1990, at WrestleMania 6 at Toronto, Ontario, Canada, at the Sky Dome. The title was vacated when the Ultimate Warrior defeated Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship. So then, of course, they
And
had,
that match gave birth to the greatest gift in wrestling, and that was during the test of strength between Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
And also, it was the quote unquote debut of Edge.
Yes, he was in the crowd for WrestleMania.
Yes, he was. Next, of course, we had Mr. Perfect, who won it on April 23rd, 1990, at Superstars of Wrestling in Austin, Texas. It was his first reign, held it for 126 days, and he defeated Tito Santana in a tournament final to win the vacant title, and it was also aired on tape delay on May 19th, 1990. Sorry, Kane, hope you're not listening. Next, we had the Texas Tornado, who won it on April
Kerry Von Erich.
27th. 1990, who won it at SummerSlam in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His first reign, and it lasted 84 days. Next, we had Bret Hart, who won it on November 19th, 1990, Superstars of Wrestling in Rochester, New York. Yeah. It's his second reign, held up for 280 days, and it was aired on tape delay on December 15th, 1990. Next, we had Bret Hart, who won it on August 26, 1991 at SummerSlam in New York, New York. Of course, that was his first reign and held it for 144 days. Next was the Mountie, who won it on January 17th, 1992 at a house show in Springfield, Massachusetts.
A great fucking theme for the Mountie.
Yes, and it was a great reign. Guess how long it lasted?
A whole week.
5 days.
No, a whole 2 days lasted. As Roddy
God.
Piper won it on January 19th, 1992 with the Royal Rumble in Albany, New York, and won it on the his first reign, and he held it for 77 days. Next, of course, was Bret Hart on April 5th, 1992 at WrestleMania 8 in Indianapolis, Indiana, in the Hoosier Dome. It was his second reign and held it for 146 days. Next, of course, was the British Bulldog on August 29th, 1992 at SummerSlam in London, England, which was, of course, the
The
old Wembley Stadium. He held his first reign.
first and last non-US venue for a pay-per-view.
Well, he had
We don't
Saudi Arabia.
We don't count that.
Well, Saudi Arabia is a pay-per-view, so you have to count that. So that held it for 59 days. Next, of course, was Shawn Michaels. He won it on October 27th, 1992 at Saturday night's main event at, oh boy, Cherry H2 in Indiana. Of course, that was his first reign and held it for 202 days, and it was aired on tape delay on November 14th, 1992. And next, of course, was Marty Jannetty, who won it on May 17th, 1993 on Raw, and held it in he won it in New York, his first reign, and held it for 20 days. Next was Shawn Michaels on June 6th, 1993 on a house show in Albany, New York, his second reign, and held it for 213 days. Unfortunately, the championship was vacated on September 27, 1993, because he was stripped of the title for failing to defend it within 30 days, and in reality, Michaels was suspended for testing positive for steroids.
This
Next, of
will
course,
be a very common theme for Shawn Michaels.
especially it was very common leading into the next reign. Of course, it was Razor. Oh, what's it? No, it was leading into WrestleMania. So it was Razor Ramon at September 27th, 1993 on Raw in New Haven, Connecticut. It was his first reign, held it for 198 days, and it says that Ramon and Rick Martel were the final two participants in the Battle Royal. Ramon, then defeated Martel for the vacant title. The match aired on tape delay on October 11th, 1993. However, Shawn Michaels returned on November 1993, claiming to be the legitimate champion as nobody defeated him. Ramon went on to defeat Michaels in the first ever ladder match at WrestleMania on March 20th, 1994 at WrestleMania 10. Next, we had Diesel, who won it on April 13th, 1994 on Superstars in Rochester, New York. His first reign held it for 138 days and that was aired on tape delay on April 30th, 1994. Next again was Razor Ramon, who held it on August 29th, 1994, at SummerSlam in Chicago, Illinois. That was his second reign and held it for 146 days. Next, of course, we had Jeff Jarrett, JAFF,
Haha.
JRJARR, haha, ETT. Of course, it was on January 22nd, 1995 at the Royal Rumble in Tampa, Florida, and it was his first reign, held it for 94 days. Unfortunately, he had to vacate the title on April 26th, 1995 at Action Zone in Moline, Illinois. He when held, held up when match between Jeff Jarrett and Bob Sparkplug ended in controversy. Aired on tape delay in April 30th, 1995. I actually didn't know how that ended in controversy. This first time looking at it, actually.
Chef
Next.
Jarrett.
He went to WCW. Was that it?
Yes. First time. First time.
Yeah. So then, of course, Jeff Jarrett won it surprisingly the same night. On April 26, 1995, same place, second reign, held it for 22 days, and of course he defeated Bob Holly in a rematch for the vacant title, which was also aired on tape delay, this time on May 7th, 1995. Next, we had Razor Ramon, who won it on May 19th, 1995, again apologized Kane, and a house show in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It was his third reign, and he held it for 2 days, but that was a ladder match, but WWE recognized Razor Ramon's ending on May 22nd. So it was actually WWE recognized it for 3 days. First time they actually did that. 33 was Jeff Jarrett again, May 27th, 1995, in a house show in Wreview, Quebec, Canada. Apologize for the Canadian people looking out there if I mess it up. That was his third
Which
reign.
is 0 to fuck all.
Well, I'll have you know that. Actually, I'm not sure if he watches this stuff. I know at
Who,
least
Jeff
one
Jarrett?
Canadian who's actually American, so I
Well
add
then.
nothing besides talking while I'm playing Animal Crossing.
No, that's fine. So WWE recognized Jarrett's reign at the beginning of May 22nd, 1995. Next, we had Shawn Michaels, July 23rd, 1995, In Your House 2, The Lumberjacks in Nashville, Tennessee. It was his third reign and held it for 91 days. Next, we had Dean Douglas, who won it on October 22nd, 1995 at In Your House, Great White North.
Well, he didn't. He didn't win. It was, I do believe, Michaels dropped the title and it was handed to Douglas and on that same night. There was a bit of click shenanigans, and it ended up going to the next man on that list, I do believe.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'll tell you what it was. He won it by forfeit, but he won it in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. His first reign, and he held it for 1 day. But he won it by forfeit due to Michaels being attacked outside a nightclub in Syracuse, New York, on October
And lo and
14,
behold,
1995.
a story that has changed over the years. Some said it was one Marine, some said it was multiple. And Jim Cornette had said that he was getting beaten up while the British Bulldog was stuck in the back of the car.
Well, there you go. I didn't know that. So, of
You
course,
must you got to listen to Jim Cornette.
well, I mean, if I'll have a think about it. But yeah, shout out to Jim Cornette. Although I don't like your, I like you and I don't like you. Let's just say about that. But everyone's like that. But
Shout
anyways,
out
moving
to
on.
Jim Cornette. He
Yeah,
probably doesn't know we exist.
probably not. And even if it did, he'd probably shitting us hard, which is fair enough.
These guys
He's
like the drop toe.
Oh, I meant. Oh, I swore, lads. Well, there you have it. First time swearing.
Oh, yeah, second time swearing.
Oh yeah,
third time
shit.
swearing, fourth time swearing, fifth time swearing. I will go back and review the podcast.
But next, good luck with that. But next we had 36, Razor Ramon on October. So no, I said that already. Didn't
I will
Yes,
go
said
back
that.
to the third episode and listen for you swearing.
Okay. Listen, I'm on a roll here. I'm gonna keep going. So next we had Razor Ramon won at Dex after that for 91 days. Next we had Goldust on January 21st, 1996. He won it at the Royal Rumble in Fresno, California, his first reign, and held it for 71 days. But WWE recognizes as 64 days because they think they recognize his reign ending on March 25th, 1996. Then the title was vacated on April 1st, 1996, on Raw in San Bernardino, California. It was held up when the title defense against Savio Vega ended in a no contest, and it was also aired on tape delay on April 15th, 1996. Then Goldust won it on the same night on Raw. His second reign held up for 83 days, and he defeated Savio Vega in a rematch for the vacant title. But this time, it was aired on tape delay on April 22nd, 1996. Next, we had Ahmed Johnson, who won it on June 23rd, 1996, at the King of the Ring in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home of Candice Michelle. On his first reign, held it for 50 days, but WWE recognizes on as 58 because they think that he ended on August 19th, 1996. Then, unfortunately, it had to be vacated on August 12th, 1996, because he had to forfeit the championship after being attacked by the debuting Farouk after winning an 11-man battle royal. So, that was. Although I think he was actually injured. Maybe there was a storyline there, probably. Next was Mark Merrill, who won, who won it on September 23rd, 1996, in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It was his first reign and held it for 28 days, and he defeated Farouk in the tournament final to win the vacant championship. Next was Hunter Hearst Helmsley on October 21st, 1996, on Raw in Fort Wayne, Indiana. His first reign and held it for 115 days. Next was
I
Rocky
wonder what
Maivia.
happened to that guy.
Yeah, I wonder
I
what
don't know.
happened to him.
Probably went to AEW. Probably just got jobbed out or something. I don't know.
Probably.
And I think there was another guy too, who I haven't a clue what happened to him. It is Rocky Maivia, who won it on February 13th, 1997, on Raw in Lowell, Massachusetts. Yes, his
Massachusetts?
first Massachusetts. His first reign,
Massachusetts?
and he won over 74 days. Next, we had Owen Hart, who won it on April 28th, 1997, and Raw in Omaha,
So many eggs in the ocean.
Nebraska, on his first reign, and he had it for 97 days. Next, we had Stone Cold Steve Austin. He won it on August 3rd, 1997, at SummerSlam in
Summer.
East Rutherford, New Jersey. He held it for 36 days. But of course, WWE mistakenly lists Austin's reign for lasting 64 days, ending on August 5th, 1997. Of course, he had to vacate it on September 8th, 1997, due to a neck injury that Stone Cold Steve Austin suffered winning the championship match. Um, Next was Owen Hart, who won it on August 5th, 1997, at Bad Blood in Your House in St. Louis, Missouri. Of course, it was his second reign and held it for 35 days when he also defeated Farouk in the final tournament for the vacant championship. God, poor Farouk. Poor Farouk. Next was
Farouk.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, who won it on November 9th, 1997, at Survivor Series in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, on the second reign and held it for 29 days. Next was The Rock, who won it on December 8th, 1997, on Raw in Portland, Maryland. On his second reign, held it for 265 days. And of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin handed the championship to The Rock, who was formerly known as Rocky Maivia. Next, of course, we had Triple H, who won it on August 30th, 1998, at SummerSlam in New York, New York. He was his second reign, held it for 40 days. This was the ladder match. Triple H, formerly known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and of course, WWE mistakenly again lists Triple H's reign lasting 44 days, ending on August 12th, 1988. Of course, it was vacated on October 9th, 1998, due to injury. And of course, next then we had Ken Shamrock, who won it on October 12th, 1998, on Raw in Unionsdale, New York. His first reign held it for 125 days, and he defeated X-Pac in a tournament final for the vacant championship.
John,
Yes.
if you don't mind, I just going to butt in here and just want to say one thing, and that is, ladies and gentlemen of the One Horse Racing podcast, I am grateful that you've let me join into this community, join onto these podcasts, and again, I WrestleMania second ever podcast doing, and first ever time reviewing a pay per view. I enjoyed it very much, and obviously thanks to Eyesore and Johnny Drop Toehold for again leaving me join after I just randomly messaged Johnny Drop Toehold and asked if I can be on the podcast. Lo and behold, I'm now here. But sadly, I am now going to sign off for the night. I thank you all for listening to my near drunken ramblings, and I wish you all to stay safe, and hopefully before the world ends, we will at least all be able to go back to our normal lives. And I'm rambling again. So thank you all for having me on this podcast, guys.
No problem.
I am going to head off. John, I wish you luck with the reviewing of the Intercontinental Championship. I will
Thank you
enjoy
very much.
listening to the rest of the podcast. And
Perfect.
Eyesore, thank you very much for being a very gracious host.
I am grateful that you are grateful. Wait, is that rude to say that you're grateful for being grateful? It's great to have you with us. It's better than me talking to myself going insane, as I always say.
Of that
Thank you
being
very
said,
much.
ladies and gentlemen of the One Horse Racing Podcast Nation, I bid you adieu.
Bye. And
And
there goes boiled rice.
here goes boiled rice. Well, should I continue?
Well, he said he would listen to the continuation, but it would seem kind
Well
of
then.
odd because he was like the one to interject or like say like confirm or deny. Meanwhile,
Yes.
I'm over here playing Animal Crossing New Horizons.
But I tell you what, if you know anything, you can butt into and you can give your little facts about it. But you keep playing Animal Crossing, you know?
Yay! I'm not even sure how people like record their Animal Crossing footage and get it onto like some funny Reddit moments Reddit page or whatever.
Yeah. And do you what you call it? Do you do uh like recordings of Animal Crossing?
Uh, that's what I was just saying. I don't know how people
Oh.
record like games on the Switch or.
Hmm.
I mean, I'd like enjoy like having a
Comment down
stream
below if you
where
know. Help a
I
friend out.
just like play on my on on my little island, which I named after my old island. No, not my old island. Uh, back in like 2004 or 2005, I got like Animal Crossing on the. Hold on. I was getting a text from my brother saying that he completed the final assignment. Way ahead of you, bro. I already finished that. Where was I?
Oof.
I named my
Congrats to your
island
brother.
after the first town that. Well, no, I named it after the town that's currently on my GameCube. Because the first town, I think I named it a different direction. That's
Oh.
right. You can go south on your favorite YouTube user. What? That sounded so sexual. No.
You could go south of the mouth on
South
your.
of the mouth,
Wait a minute.
coming down to south, where you'll meet a guy with who's just wrapped his face up in everything. Eyes blinded, mouth covered, head
The
do rag.
the Yeti.
The Yeti.
The Yeti.
Wouldn't it be funny if the Yeti won the Intercontinental Championship?
Oh my god,
The
imagine.
Yeti has won
The,
the
the
Intercontinental
Intercontinental
Champion. Meanwhile,
and
the
holds the
Gobbledygooker, new WWF Champion.
WWF champion. And then they could become a tag team and then they win the tag team
The
titles.
Yeti has beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Mania. He's defeated Stone Cold at WrestleMania. Oh god.
That sounds
Oh, no.
so awful that it would be good. Just
Hey, I tell you,
imagine
you
like
could.
the Attitude Era. One of the biggest stars in wrestling is freaking Yeti. The
Yeah,
Yeti.
Just imagine, and then they had like Stone Cold. Actually, Stone Cold beat Michaels, and then they have like what you call the Yeti, like Stone Cold job to the Yeti, who held it
The Yeti cashes in Money in the Bank.
in 1998. Um,
It'd be
oh
like
my!
Kane, except with no dialogue whatsoever and just like
With no
grunts and
burn
stuff.
marks at all.
No burnt marks. It's just a
It's like,
Yeti.
and then Paul Bear go, "He's alive! Yeti is alive, Undertaker! Your brother Yeti is coming!" It's like, oh no. Wait, Undertaker had another brother? And it was the
By
Yeti
God,
all
it's
along.
the Yeti.
That's gotta be Yeti! That's gotta be Yeti!
I
He's as
swear,
huge as the Undertaker!
I swear, we get a new meme every podcast, and I've just
No,
been making meme images.
do you know what you should do? You should have the Yeti and the Gobbledygooker as a tag team in Monkey Wrestling Rebirth.
Oh, there are some leaks going around that there is going to be a tournament hosted by James Sierra, Edward Hogan, and Buzz
Oh.
Lightyear. I hear they're going to introduce a new championship.
Oh. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
We'll have to
but
stay
what's
tuned to
also going
find
to be
out.
interesting is who's going to enter the tournament.
Oh, could we be seeing what's it called? Could we see the Yeti and the Gobbledygooker?
Could we see the Yeti and the Gobbledygooker teaming up with Show Me the Mummy?
And T-Man Frank in the finals, and they both oh,
Kong
you know
World
what?
Order versus T-Man
Kong
Frank?
World. I'm hoping now that Yeti and Gobbledygooker win the tag titles now, and they just go on like a massive win streak, hold it for like 500 days or something.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyways, let's get back to the Intercontinental Championship.
Unfortunately,
Uh,
the Yeti has not won the Intercontinental Championship.
no, but who knows? There's still the Yeti. I'm sure could still make an appearance in WWE and win
Maybe
the
Monkey Wrestling.
Intercontinental
Oh,
Championship.
hey there,
Maybe.
Sydney, Australia.
Oh,
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 you're
hey
giving
there,
me a
Rio de
friggin'
Janeiro.
piece of furniture? Oh, it's an outdoor bench. Oh, it's like I already have one of those.
Also, before I go, sorry, before I go, I'm not going yet. Before I begin, we got a couple of more comments. We got the local madman again doing a few dots here, there, and everywhere. And then he says, "How do I type Despacito in Morse code?" Let comments down below. Well, I don't know, local
All
madman.
I know are S's and O's, and those are dot 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 dash 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 dot dot dot.
Actually, if you know how to do, if you know how to type Despacito in Morse code, leave a comment down below.
Oh shoot,
Help a
there's
friend
a
out.
tarantula. Tarantula time. Tarantula
Damn.
time. Gotta
Well,
gotta.
let's mosey on. So next we had Ken Shamrock, which I already said, I believe. Yes. So next we had Val Venus. If I didn't apologize, but anyways, we'll move on with Val Venus. Uh, of course, it was April 14th, 1999, at In Your House in Valentine's Day Massacre in Memphis, Tennessee. It was his first
Nice.
reign, held it for 29 days, and Billy Gunn was the guest referee. Next, we had the Road Dogg, who won it on March 15th, 1999 on Raw in San Jose, California. His first reign, and it held it for 14 days. Goldust then won it on March 29th, 1999 on Raw on East Rutherford, New Jersey, and it was his third reign, and he also held it for 14 days. Then we had The Godfather, who won it on April 12th, 1999 on Raw in Detroit, Michigan, his first reign, and held it for 43 days. Jeff Jarrett won it on May 25th, 1999 on Raw in Moline, Illinois, at his fourth reign, held it for 60 days, but WWE recognizes Jarrett's reign beginning on May 31st, 1999, when the episode was aired on tape delay. Next, we had Edge, who won it on July 24th, 1999 in a house show in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and he held it for 1 day.
Huh.
Damn. Uh, Thus, we had Jeff Jarrett on July
What is
25th.
it with the Intercontinental Champion in 1 day reigns?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like they're like, oh, hey, you can win it, and then they're just like, no, we're going to have you drop it then,
Yeah,
or
have your
something.
WrestleMania moment and then drop it the next night.
Yeah, maybe that's what Drew McIntyre could do. He might have his
He's gonna
WrestleMania moment.
he's gonna
And
lose it back to friggin' Brock Lesnar
yeah, and Brock is going to go on like another 300-day win reign.
with only like 2 title defenses.
Yeah,
1 title
because
defense because of the health issue.
because because everybody loves that. Next, we had Jeff Jarrett, who won it on 25th, fully loaded in Buffalo, New York, 25th of July 1999, and he also held it for two days. Although, what you call it? WWE recognized Jarrett's reign ending on July 26th, 1999, which is 1 days.
Yeah.
Next, we had D'Lo Brown.
You're
You
living
living
in
in
a
the
wheelchair
wheelchair
now.
Of course, that was on July 27, 1999 on Raw in Columbus, Ohio. Of course, that was one of 26 days. It was a title for title match where Brown also defended the European Championship, and Brown became the first Eurocontinental Champion. It was aired on tape delay on August 2nd, 1999, and WWE recognizes Brown's reign beginning from July 26, 1999. Jarrett, of course, won again on August 22nd, 1999 at SummerSlam in Indianapolis, Minnesota. That was his sixth reign, held it for 56 days, and also Jarrett won the European Championship in the match to become the second Eurocontinental Champion. Next, we had China, who won it on October 17th, 1999 at No Mercy in Cleveland, Ohio. She held it for 56 days, and this was a good housekeeping match. Next was Chris Jericho, who won it on December 12th, 1999 at Armageddon in Sunrise, Florida, and his first reign and held it for 22 days. Next was Chris Jericho and China, who both won it on January 3rd, 2000 on Raw in Miami, Florida. Both held it for 20 days. On December 28, 1999, aired on December 30th, 1999 on SmackDown, a title match between China and Jericho ended a double pinfall. As a result, they were recognized as co-champions. WWE does not recognize this period as an official reign, but as a vacancy.
Oh no, she's
Uh,
singing the song. Oh, and I can't hear it because friggin' the Wii doesn't come with this system, and I'm using my computer monitor.
oh, that's a bit odd. I thought it would work.
A
Next
computer
we got.
monitor can't play sound,
Oh,
despite the fact
maybe
that
that's.
I put an HDMI adapter. It's a whole HDMI adapter. That's what I call. Though then again,
Oh,
you could also have a computer to HDMI adapter to make a computer play on a normal television.
true. Next we had Chris Jericho, who won it on January 23rd, 2000 at the Royal Rumble in New York, New
Wait,
York.
Jericho beat China?
Uh, Actually, he beat China and Hardcore Holly in a triple threat match to become the undisputed champion.
So Jericho beats women?
Well, yeah,
Oh, time to put him
he
on
bet a woman.
Samoa Joe's kill list.
There you go. What you call it? He became the
Jericho.
undisputed champion. Jericho, yeah, and he held it for 35 days in his second reign. Next was Kurt Angle, who won it on February 27, 2000 at No Way Out in Hartford, Connecticut. His first reign held it for 35 days, and early that month, Angle also won the European Championship. This made Angle win the third and final Eurocontinental Champion.
Wait. So that was Jericho's second reign. Does that mean
Yeah.
wasn't Jericho the one to get 1 day we were talking about, or was that someone else?
No, Jericho. No, that was Edge.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I'm
And Dean
racist to
Douglas.
Canadians.
I mean, you're American, so you know.
Well, it's not my fault that during the 90s, Edge and Jericho had long hair,
True.
long golden blonde hair. Even Christian had that
Even
hair.
Christian. Yeah.
Even Christian.
Even Jeff Jarrett back in the day had it.
Oh,
He
Jeff
was on
Jarrett.
top.
J A
Yeah.
double F. I misspelled Jeff.
J-
J
J-
A J A double F
Jack
J
Jarrett.
E R R E J E double R E A double T. Just switch the E's with A's and A's with E's.
Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff
Jaff.
Jeff
Jaff Jarrett.
Jarrett Jarrett.
Jeff Jeff Giraffe. He's a giraffe now. Oh God.
Oh,
Uh,
welcome to the official horse racing podcast, the Vince Russo of wrestling podcasts.
yes. Swerve.
But
We
even
are
Vince
Vince Russo.
Russo has an audience.
Yeah. How many do we have watching now? We got a whole
According
three
to my
people watching.
according to my phone, 3 people. If I had to take a
Yes.
guess of who those 3 people are, me,
Well,
you, and Scooby Doo.
yes, I tell you who it could be because we got another comment from Ricey O'Connor saying, "Keep it going, lads." So he must be watching.
Hold on. Yeah, continue. I'm gonna text my bro fam.
Yeah. So next we had Chris Benoit, who won it on April 2nd, 2000 at WrestleMania 2000 in Anaheim, California. This was a two-fall triple threat match involving Chris Jericho, in which Kurt Angle defended both championship. The person who got the first fall won the Intercontinental Championship, and the person who scored the second fall won the European Championship. Benoit scored the first fall to win the Intercontinental Championship, and WWE recognized Benoit's reign as ending on May 4, 2000. When the following episode aired on tape delay, they incorrectly listed his reign as ending on May 22nd, 2000 and lasting 50 days.
Of course, they'd
So,
incorrectly do Benoit.
yeah, this is well before the tragedies. But next we had Chris Jericho, who won it on May 2nd, 2000 on SmackDown in Richmond, Virginia. That was his third reign, and he held it for 6 days. And WWE recognized Jericho's reign as 5, beginning on May 4, 2000, when the episode aired on tape delay. Next, we had Chris Benoit, who won it on May 8, 2000 on Raw in Uniondale, New York, which was his second reign, and he held it for 43 days. Next was Rikishi, who won it on June 20th, 2000 on SmackDown in Memphis, Tennessee. But this is his first reign, held it for 14 days. WWE recognized Rikishi's reign beginning on June 22nd, 2000 and ending on July 6, 2000. Both episodes of which were aired on you know what tape delay. Next was Val Venus, who won it on July 4, 2000 on SmackDown at Sunrise, California. His second reign held over 54 days, although WWE recognized Val Venus at 52, beginning on July 6, 2000, in which the episode aired on tape delay. Next was China, who won it on August 27, 2000 at SummerSlam in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes,
Raleigh,
that is
North
right.
Carolina.
Yes. Next was, of course, that was her second reign. She held it for 8 days. She won the title in a mixed tag team match that pitted China and Eddie Guerrero against Val Venus and Trish Stratus. China pinned Trish to win Venus's title. Next was Eddie Guerrero, who won it on September 4, 2000 on Raw in Lexington, Kentucky, on his first reign, that lasted 78 days. It was a triple threat match also involving Kurt Angle, but WWE recognizes Guerrero's reign at 80, ending on November 23rd, 2000, when the following episode aired on tape delay. Next was Billy Gunn, who won it on November 21st, yes, 21st, 2000, SmackDown Sunrise, Florida. His first reign held it for 19 days, but WWE recognizes as 17, beginning on November 23rd, 2000, which also aired on tape delay. God, WWF loved their tape delays, it seems. Next was Chris Benoit, who won it on December 10, 2000 at Armageddon in Birmingham, Alabama. His third reign and lasted for 42 days. Next, of course, was Chris Jericho, who won it on January 31st, 2000 at the Royal Rumble at New Orleans, Louisiana. He held it, that was his fourth reign, and he held it for 72 days. It was also a ladder match, but WWE recognizes as 74, ending on April 5th, 2000, which the following episode was aired on tape today. Next was Triple H, who won it on April 3rd, 2001, on SmackDown in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. By God. On his third reign, he held it for 7 days, and WWE recognizes Triple H's reign at the beginning of April 5th, 2001, and ending on April 12th, 2001. Both episodes of which aired on tape delay. By God. Jeff Hardy then won it on April 10th, 2001 on SmackDown in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It was his first reign. He held it for 6 days, but WWE recognized Hardy's reign as 4, beginning on April 12th, 2001, when the episode aired on tape delay. Next, of course, was Triple H, who won it on April 16, 2001 on Raw in Knoxville, Tennessee, and he was his fourth reign, and he held it for 34 days. Next was Kane, who won it on May 20th, 2001 at Judgment Day in Sacramento, California. That was his first reign, he held it for 37 days. It was also a chain match, but WWE recognized it as 39, with ending on June 28, 2001, when the following episode was aired on tape delay. Next was Albert, who won it on June 26, 2001 on SmackDown at New York. His first reign, it held for 27 days. It was also a no disqualification match, but WWE recognized Albert's reign beginning on the 28th of June 2001, so that's 25 days, when the episode was aired on tape delay. Next, we have Lance Storm, who won it on July 23rd, 2001 on Raw in Buffalo, New York. His first reign lasted 27 days. Edge won it on August 19th, 2001 at SummerSlam at San Jose, California. His second reign lasting 35 days. Christian Day won it on September 23rd, 2001 at Unforgiven in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His first reign lasting 28 days. Edge won it on October 21st, 2001 at No Mercy. St. Louis, Missouri, his third reign, and it lasted 15 days. It was also a ladder match. Then Test won it on November 5th, 2001, Raw at Unionsdale, New York. It was his first reign and held it for 13 days. Next, we had Edge, who won it on November 18, 2001 at the Survivor Series at Greensboro, North Carolina, who won it that was his fourth reign and held it for 63 days. This was a title unification match where Edge also defended the WCW United States Championship. The United States Championship was deactivated in favor of continuing the Intercontinental Championship. Next, of course, we had William Regal.
Today we have both the United States and Intercontinental Championship.
Yes, absolutely. So next, we had William Regal, who won it on January 20th, 2002 at the Royal Rumble at Atlanta, Georgia. It was his first reign and held it for 56 days. Next was Rob Van Dam, who won it on March 17, 2002 at WrestleMania X8. It was at Toronto, Ontario, Canada. His first reign, and he held it for 35 days. On the March 25th, the brand extension began, in which wrestlers and championships became exclusive to either Raw or SmackDown brands represented by the show of the same name. The title became exclusive to Raw when Van Dam was drafted to the Raw brand. Then, of course, we had this was the World Wrestling Federation Raw. Eddie Guerrero won this on April 21st, 2000 at Backlash at Kansas City, Missouri. It was, of course, his second reign, held for 34 days. On May 6, 2002, the World Wrestling Federation was renamed World Wrestling Entertainment due to a lawsuit by the World Wild Fund of Nature. The title was substantially renamed to the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
This is the
Of course,
part
then
where
we
we
had-
get the F out.
Yes, this is the part where we get the F out. So then we go back to World Wrestling Entertainment Raw. Of course, Rob Van Dam won it on May 27, 2002 on Edmonton, Alabama, Canada. His second reign would lasted 63 days, and of course it was a ladder match. And on July 22nd, 2002, Rob Van Dam defeated Jeff Hardy to unify the European Championship into the Intercontinental Championship, deactivating the European title. Next was Chris Benoit, who won it on July 29, 2002 at Greensboro, North Carolina. It is his fourth reign and held it for 27 days. The title became exclusive to SmackDown when Benoit defected to SmackDown on July 30, 2002. Aired on tape delay on August 1st, 2002, and of course WWE incorrectly lists Benoit's reign as ending on August 26, 2002 and lasting 28 days. Next, of course, we had World Wrestling Entertainment SmackDown, and Rob Van Dam won it at on August 25th, 2002. Of course, it was at SummerSlam in Unionsdale, New York. It was his third reign and held for 22 days. The title was returned to Raw due to Van Dam's status as a Raw wrestler. The following night on Raw, Van Dam defeated Tommy Dreamer to unify the Hardcore Championship into the Intercontinental Championship, deactivating the Hardcore title.
So
WWE
that's what happened to the hardcore title.
Yeah. Actually, I saw that match. It was a pretty good match too, actually. WWE incorrectly lists Van Dam's reign as beginning on August 6, 2002 and lasting 41 days. Then we went back again to World Wrestling Entertainment Raw when we had Chris Jericho winning on the September 16, 2002 on Raw at Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado.
Denver,
Yes.
Colorado is the place.
It is. It was his fifth reign, and he held it for 14 days. Kane then won it on September 30th, 2002 on Raw in Houston, Texas. That was his second reign, and he held it for 20 days. Triple H then won it on October 20th, 2002 at No Mercy at North Little Rock, Arkansas. Am I right? Yes,
Are you
I'm
right
sorry,
with
no.
what? Are the pronunciation
No,
of Arkansas?
no, it was,
I'm
yeah,
gonna get so
Arkansas.
much hate for saying that. It's
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah,
Arkansas.
it's Arkansas.
Ars.
People will
Yes, now
laugh at
you're
you
right.
if you say Arkansas.
Really? That's
Mm.
actually mad.
Well,
Shout
that's
out
what
to our
I
fan.
remember as a kid. I kept calling it
Yeah.
Arkansas because it's Kansas with AR in the front.
Well,
Welcome to the official horse racing podcast. Go to Arkansas.
yeah, live here from Arkansas. Shout out to the people of Arkansas. So next, of course, we got that was also unified with Triple H's World Heavyweight Championship. The Intercontinental Championship was deactivated. Then Christian won it on May 18, 2003 at Judgment Day, Charlotte, North Carolina on the his second reign, held over 50 days. Raw co-general manager Stone Cold Steve Austin reactivated the title. Christian, having won, received the Intercontinental title in a Battle Royal. Booker T won it then on July 7, 2003 on Raw at Montreal, Quebec, Canada, his first reign, and he held it for 34 days. At the same month, the United States Championship was reactivated for the SmackDown brand as the Intercontinental title's counterpart. Next, Christian won it, who won it on August 10, 2003 at a house show in Money. Oh boy, I missed.
Des
Des,
Moines, Des
Des,
Moines,
yeah,
Louisiana,
Des
Des
Moines.
Moines,
Yes, in Indiana, I think, isn't it?
Indiana, Des
No,
Moines.
Iowa.
Oh,
Des Moines.
Des Moines, and yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
about
Des
right.
Moines
That's
in
the
Iowa.
capital of Iowa.
Yes,
I'm too busy thinking about swamp
Arkansas.
creatures.
Oh.
Arkansas.
So that was his third reign and he held it for 50 days. Next was Rob Van Dam, September 29th, 2003 on Raw in Richmond, Illinois. His fourth reign held it for 28 days, and that was a ladder match. Chris Jericho then won it on October 27th, 2003. He held it on Raw, won it on Raw at Fayetteville, North Carolina. I believe it's North Carolina. Yes, it is. His sixth reign, and he held it for 1 day. Not even a 1 day, actually. Because he
Really, we
actually,
were talking about like how so many Intercontinental Championship reigns lasted 1 day, and
yeah,
you're
this
saying
one
that it's less than a day.
less than he actually won it on the same day. So he won it in a steel cage match. Rob Van Dam, same place, same day. It was his fifth reign, and he held it for 48 days. Next, of course, we had Randy Orton, who won it on December 14, 2003 at Armageddon in Orlando, Florida, his first reign, and held it for 210 days. And of course, Mick Foley was the guest referee. And then we hit number 100 with Edge, who won it on July 11th, 2004 at Vengeance in Hartford, Connecticut, his fifth reign, and held it for 57 days. Of course, unfortunately, Edge had to vacate the title on September 6, 2004 on Raw in Wichita Falls, Texas. He had to vacate it due to injury. Then Chris Jericho won it on September 12, 2004 at Unforgiven in Portland, Oregon. That was his seventh reign, and he held it for 37 days and defeated Christian in a ladder match for the win the vacant title. Shelton Benjamin then won it on October 19, 2004 at Tabu Tuesday in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was his first reign and held it for 244 days. Due to the stipulation of the event, fans could vote for who would face Chris Jericho for the title, and Benjamin had won the most votes, although WWE recognized it as 245. So next we had Carlito, who won it on June 20th, 2005 on Raw in Phoenix, Arizona, his first reign, and it was held for 90 days. But WWE incorrectly lists Carlito's reign ending on September 19th, 2005 and lasting 91 days. Next, of course, was Ric Flair, who won it at September 18th, 2005 at Unforgiven in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It was his first reign, and he held it for 155 days. WWE incorrectly lists Flair's reign beginning from September 19, 2005 and lasting 154 days. Next, we have Shelton Benjamin, who won it on February 20, 2006 on Raw in Trenton, New Jersey. This is his second reign, and he held it for 69 days.
Nice.
Next was Rob Van Dam, who won it on April 30th, 2006 at Backlash in Lexington, Kentucky, his sixth reign, and he held it for 15 days. It was a title for contract match where Van Dam also defended his Money in the Bank contract. Next, of course, we had Shelton Benjamin, who held it for on May 15, 2006 on Raw at Lubbock, Texas. It was his third reign, and he held it for 41 days. This was a 3-on-2 handicap Texas Tornado match featuring Benjamin, Chris Masters, and Triple H against WWE Champion John Cena and Intercontinental Champion Rob Van Dam.
That better be me right now.
Huh?
The stream is loading on my phone, and the stream's still going. Go on. That's just my phone being a little b-boy.
Oh, actually, I actually have another comment of the local map saying Batista. Must be
Everyone's
his
favorite
wrestler.
barista.
Batista. Next, of course,
Batista.
yes. So, of course, they would, of course, won the respective title. Benjamin, of course, pinned Van Dam. Next, we got Johnny Nitro, who won on June 25th, 2006 at Vengeance in Charlotte, North Carolina. He held it for 99 days, and this was, of course, one of the triple threat match, but also involved Carlito. Next was Jeff Hardy, who won it on October 2nd, 2006 on Raw in Topeka, Kansas.
Topeka?
Am I right? Topeka, Kansas.
I remember Topeka from like an episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. It's hot in the friggin' old man Stinkbug. Topeka.
Old man Stinkbutt. So, of course, he held it for 35 days. Johnny Nitro then won it on November 6, 2006 on Raw in Columbus, Ohio. And he won. It was his second reign, and he held it for 7 days, and that was also a no DQ match. Next was Jeff Hardy, who won it on November 13th, 2006 on Raw in Manchester, England, where he won it for his third time, and he held it for 98 days. Next was Umanga. And of course, for us, it's Umaga. Of course, he won it on February 19th, 2007 on Raw in Bakersfield, California. Yeah. It was his first reign and held it for 56 days. Next, of course, was Santino Marella, who
Oh,
won it
hey,
on.
yeah, I know this strain of events. Umanga was like,
Yes,
"Hey, I bet I can beat anyone in this arena," and he calls out Santino. And who was it that like helped Santino out?
Bobby.
Bobby
Bobby Lashley.
Lashley. I was going to say, was it Bobby Lashley? I remember it being
Yep.
some black guy, and then Bobby Lashley.
Some black guy from the WWE audience went, "Hey, I'm gonna help out with Santino Marella."
I gotta help out my Italian
My
homie.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, he won it on in Milan, Italy. It was his first reign and held it for 77 days. This was a no holds barred match, and Santino was picked out from the audience by Vince McMahon. Next, of course, was Umaga, who won it on July 2nd, 2007. And he won it on Raw in Dallas, Texas. His second reign, 61 days. But of course, WWE recognizes Umaga's reign as 63,
Wait,
ending on September.
it went from
Mhm,
Umaga to Santino to Umaga. How long was Santino's reign?
77 days.
Ah,
Hmm.
surprising.
Yeah. Umanga getting the second crack at the belt. Of course, it was also held on tape delay. Jeff Hardy then won it on September 1st, 2007 on Raw at Columbus, Ohio, his fourth reign, and he held it for 191 days. But, oh, excuse me. But WWE
You've been
recognized
excused.
Hardy's reign as beginning on September 3rd, 2007, when the episode aired on tape delay. Of course, that was at 189 days. Next, of course, was Chris Jericho, who won it on March 10th, 2008, in Raw in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His eighth reign, and he held it for 111 days. Next was Kofi Kingston, who won it on June 29, 2008 at Night of Champions, Dallas, Texas, his first reign, and he held it for 49 days. Next was Santino Marella, who won it on August 17, 2008 in SummerSlam in Indianapolis, Indiana, his second reign, and he held it for 85 days. And it was an intergender tag team match for which Kofi Kingston's Intercontinental and Mickey James's Women's Championship were on the line. Marella won Kofi Kingston's title when his partner Beth Phoenix pinned James. And of course, as far as enough of Beth Phoenix, I don't know if we're going to get to it tonight, but we're to talk about the new meme at the Glam Slam.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we were going to make the Glam Slam the meme,
Yeah,
and then I forgot. 3 days is a long time.
yeah, I'm telling you, it is. And so much happens in 3 days. Next, of course, we got William Regal, who won it on November 10th, 2008, and Raw at Manchester, England, his second reign, and held it for 17 days. Next was CM Punk, who won it on January 19th, 2009, on Raw in Roseman, Illinois, his first reign, and he held it for 49 days. This was also no disqualification match. Next, of course, was John Bradshaw Layfield, who won it on March 9th, 2009, on Raw in Jacksonville, Florida, his first reign, and held it for 27 days. Next, of course, was Rey Mysterio, who won it on April 5th, 2009 at WrestleMania 25, who won it in Houston, Texas, his first reign, which lasted 63 days. The title became exclusive to SmackDown following the 2009 WWE Draft. Then we moved on to World Wrestling Entertainment SmackDown again, where of course we have Chris Jericho, who won it on June 7th, 2009 at Extreme Rules in New Orleans, Louisiana. Who was his ninth reign and held it for 21 days. It was also a no holds barred match. Next, of course, was uh, Rey Mysterio, who won it on June 28, 2009 at The Bash in Sacramento, California, his second reign, which lasted to 65 days. This was a mask versus title match, but WWE recognized Mysterio's reign being at 68, uh, ending on September 4, 2009, when the following episode aired on tape delay. Next, of course, was John Morrison, who won it on September 1st, 2009 on SmackDown in Cleveland, Ohio. His third reign lasted 103 days. WWE recognizes Morrison's reign as 100, beginning at September 4, 2009, of course, when the episode was on tape delay, and of course, John Morrison was formerly known as Johnny Nitro. Next, of course, we had Drew McIntyre, who won it on December 13th, 2009 at TLC's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs in San Antonio, Texas. His first reign, and he won it. Oh my god, I'm missing my words up. He
And
won it.
this is like where I'm starting to get into things. It's like Drew
Yeah,
McIntyre. That was like 2010. What?
2009.
2009. Almost there.
hmm Almost there. And of course, he won it on 161 days. And on May 7, 2010, SmackDown General Manager Theodore Long suspended McIntyre and vacated the title. The following week, on SmackDown, Kofi Kingston won a tournament to declare a new champion, but Vince McMahon diverted Long's decision, nullifying Kofi's win and continuing McIntyre's. Of course, Kofi Kingston then got his revenge and won it on May 23rd, 2010 at Over the Limit in Detroit, Michigan, which I saw that pay-per-view actually a few days after at my cousin's
Oh,
house.
that's so adorable. The koalas sniffing
Yeah.
the tulips.
Oh,
Oh, I did not know they could sniff the flowers. Oh. And she's
yes,
got a
they
sandwich
can.
in her hand. Oh man.
She's got a wait. What? She's got a sandwich in her.
Oh, she just took a bite out of that sandwich.
Oh, I thought she had the sandwich up in her bum.
No, the koala in my little island paradise has a sandwich. She just went to sniff the flowers. Oh man,
Oh,
I love this game.
oh, and she got. Oh, is she eating the sandwich? Oh, that's. But where did we go? Oh yes, next of course we had Dolph Ziggler, who
Yeah.
won it on July 28, 2010 on SmackDown in Laredo, Texas. His first reign had it for 160 days, but WWE recognizes Ziggler's reign as 154, beginning on August 6, 2010, and ending on January 7, 2011. Both episodes were aired on tape delay. Even still to this day, they were doing tape delay. Kofi Kingston won on April 4th, 2011 on SmackDown in Tucson, Arizona. It was his third reign, 77 days he held it, but WWE recognizes his reign as 76 beginning on January 7, 2011 and ending on March 25th, 2011, both episodes of which were aired on tape delay. Next, of course, was Wade
Wade
Barrett.
Barrett. Yeah,
Of
this is the
course,
part where I got in.
yeah. So then he won it on March 22nd, 2011 on SmackDown in Columbus, Ohio. His first reign held it for 89 days, but WWE recognizes Barrett's reign as 86, beginning on to 25th of March 2011, which also
And
episoded on tape delay.
up next is Ezekiel Jackson, if memory serves me correct.
That is correct.
Ezekiel
Was there.
Jackson, part of the core briefly before betraying
Yes,
them and getting the Intercontinental Championship from Wade
yes.
Barrett.
And he won it on June 19th, 2011 at Capital Punishment in Washington, D.C. Of course, it was his first reign, and he had it for 51 days, but WWE recognizes Jackson's reign ending on August 12th, 2011. That's 54 days when the following episode aired on tape delay.
Yeah, I
Next,
remember Jackson's reign not being that long.
yeah,
It felt like 2 months until it was given to the next title holder, Cody Rhodes,
that's correct.
with
Cody Rhodes.
Ted DiBiase at his side at the time.
Yes, and he had the old
The
the
face
bag,
mask.
the face mask, and the bag. Piece of
Undashing
bag.
Cody Rhodes, grotesque Cody
I
Rhodes.
I really liked that gimmick actually, and I really liked the team. The team was. I really liked the team. I thought
It's
the
a
team was
new
brilliant.
day, it's a new generation. I always
On
like
the other
that
one, he
theme.
was like, "Whoa, dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,"
dun, dun.
yeah,
But I
dun,
like
dun, dun,
but I
dun,
like
dun, dun.
Smoke and Mirrors better for some
Oh
reason.
yeah. Oh, don't smoke a
The
mirror.
old
Yes.
version and the new version, they're kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
they're
yeah,
really
with
good.
the whole like disfigured gimmick going on, yeah, it worked pretty well.
Yeah, it worked in his favor, I thought. Yeah. So he, of course, won it, as I think I said,
Yeah,
August 9, 2011, at SmackDown in. Oh God, we're gone brain dead again now. Sacramento,
and
California.
and if I
Boom, we got it.
recall, he lost it at WrestleMania.
Yep,
Hold on, it was the WrestleMania after the John Cena Trump 28 to the Big
yeah.
Show.
That's correct. Who, of course, told his daughter on that show.
Yeah, and not only that, he only had the reign for like what, a month. In next pay per
Yes,
view, he faced
28 days.
Cody Rhodes in a tables match where he dropped toe
Yeah,
hold himself onto a table and lost the
yes, he did.
title.
Yeah, which held it for 21 days.
Yeah,
Of
21
course,
days. That's like
mm,
roughly a pay per view month.
pretty much. So next, of course, Christian Day won it on May 20th, 2012 at Over the Limit in Raleigh, North Carolina on his fourth reign and had over 64 days.
I
Then The
remember
Miz won it.
I remember the
Go on.
circumstances behind Christian's win. He had a battle royal thing, and Cody's like,
Mm.
"Oh, you're going after Santino, who's the United States champion at the time." He's like, "No, I'm going after you." And yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. After Christian was the Miz. The
Hmm.
many title reigns of the Miz throughout my watching. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just hard to remember. When did the Miz get a title?
The
Yeah.
Miz got the title on July 23rd, 2012 at Raw 1000. Uh, on May, oh, sorry, no, it wasn't. What am I going, May? St. Louis, Missouri. His first reign, and he held it for 84 days, but WWE says it's 85 days, but it's actually WWE says 84. That's what it is. Next, of course, we had Kofi Kingston, who won it on October 16, 2012, on Main Event in Memphis, Tennessee. That was his fourth reign, and it lasted for 74 days, but it was aired on tape delay on October 17, 2012. Next, of
And
course, we had.
then Wade
Mhm,
Barrett, right?
that's the one. Yeah, Wayne
Yeah,
Barrett.
Wade Barrett.
December. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't keep going.
I don't remember the exact date of when he got the title, but I remember the exact date he lost the title, and that was WrestleMania 29. He lost to The Miz,
Yes,
and then gained
absolutely.
it back a day later.
There you have it. So then, Curtis Axel then won on June 16,
I
2013
almost
at
forgot
Payback.
that Axel, his first
Yeah.
title was the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one
Well,
of those
his
days.
first title was the tag team titles, but
I
his first
said
single.
Curtis Axel, not Michael
Oh, sorry.
McGillicuddy.
Yes, yes. Of course. My apologies. So next we got. So yeah, that was a Payback in Richmond, Illinois. His first reign, and of course he won it 155 days. It was a triple threat match, also involving The Miz, and of course it was 156 days. WWE recognize it.
Yeah, and
Of
I
course,
believe he lost it to Kofi Kingston,
no,
some other black guy,
yeah,
R-Truth,
no,
Mark Henry.
no.
Uh, I give up. Who's the black guy?
It was Big E Langston,
Ah,
who of course won it on November
for some
18,
reason I
2013.
was Biggie Langston a face at the time?
Yes,
Huh. So this was
and
all before the whole Ziggler, AJ
yes,
Lee, and yeah.
no. This was after the this was
After that, yeah.
after that. Yeah. So he won it in Nashville, Tennessee. Held it for 167 days, and on February 12th, 2014, Big E Langston's ring name was shortened to Big
Big
E.
E.
So they dropped the Langston and kept the Big E.
I
Of course,
wonder what
next,
other names are gonna drop. Hint, hint,
yeah.
Gulak.
So next we have Bad News Barrett, who of course won it on May 4th, 2014 at Extreme Rules in East Rutherford, New
Rutherford, New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Rutherford, yes. Thank you. And of course, he had his fourth reign, and he held it for 57 days, but WWE recognizes as 58. And of course, Bad News Barrett was formerly known as Wide Barrett.
Before he started giving people bad news, and
Bad
before he
news.
formed
I'm afraid
the
of.
United Kingdom real life.
Yeah. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. The UK will be leaving the EU, and everybody will be like, yeah, okay, but most of you will be thinking this is a joke a few years later. They're out
I'm
of the
afraid
EU.
I've got some bad news. Hillary
News.
Clinton's gonna win. Wait,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Donald Trump is gonna
he's
win.
going to win. But
It's
you just
bad
said
news
Hillary
either
doesn't.
way.
So next we have the Miz. Oh, sorry, it was vacated due to a shoulder injury on June 30, 2014 in Raw at Hartford, Connecticut. And of course, the Miz then won it on July 20, 2014 at Battleground in Tampa, Florida. His third reign, and he held it for 28 days, but WWE said 27. And of course, this was a 19-man battle royal. Of course, the Miz last eliminating Dolph Ziggler to win the vacant title. Of course, Dolph Ziggler then won it on August 17th, 2014 at SummerSlam in Los Angeles, California. His second reign held it for 35 days, but WWE held it, say, 36.
And this is the
And up,
start of the Miz Ziggler feud,
mm,
or is
so,
it?
oh god, it was. Yes, this was, because then it went back to The Miz, who won it on September 21st, 2014 at Night of Champions at Nashville, Tennessee, his fourth reign, but he held it for 1 day, but WWE say he held it less than 1 day. Next, we have Dolph Ziggler, who won it on September 22nd, 2014 on Raw at Memphis, Tennessee. His third reign held it for 56 days, but WWE say 57. Next, of course, was Luke Harper,
Oh
who
yeah,
won it on
Lou Harper,
Luke Harper,
Lou Harper,
who won it on November 17,
Brody Lee
2014. Brody Lee, yes, the current Brody Lee of the leader of the Dark Order. Join the Dark Order.
joined
Join
the
the
Dark Order today
yes,
using
and of
promo
course,
code OHRP on the Dark Order website.
and do you know what you could also join? You could also join the official Patreon. Be a Patreon today.
The official Dark Order Patreon or the official
The
this
official
channel
Horse
page
Wrestling. Oh, of this channel, of
of this
course.
channel. Yes, go give me $1. If you give me more dollar, you simp or you
Give
chump.
him yeah. If you don't give him enough money, he'll call you a chump, boy.
If you give me more than enough money, I'll call you a chump.
And if you give him little, he'll call you a boy.
And if you give me little, you gain my respect. And
Yes.
I love you.
See, I saw with that giving all the hearts out. Well, next, of course, we had Bad News Barrett. Did I say no? Yeah, sorry, no, it was Dolph
Yep.
Ziggler. December
Luke
4th.
Harper, Dolph Ziggler
Dolph
sounds about
Ziggler,
right.
yes. So he won it on December 14th, 2014 at TLC Tables, Ladders and Chairs in Cleveland, Ohio. His fourth reign, and it was held up for 22 days, but WWE said 23, and it was also a ladder match. And it was a very good ladder match too, actually. Uh, Next, we had Bad News Barrett, who won it on January 5th, 2015 on Raw at Corpus Christi, Texas. It was his fifth reign, and he held it for 83 days. And Dolph Ziggler was originally retained the title against Barrett, but the director of operations, Kane, made the match a 2 out of 3 falls match, which Barrett won. Next, of course, was Daniel Bryan, who won it on March 29, 2015 at WrestleMania 31 at Santa Clara in California. This was a 7-way ladder match involving Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, R-Truth, and Stardust. Of course, he held it for 43 days, but WWE
Before
said
getting injured and before getting like a career
like,
ending
yes,
surgery.
something like that, and he had to
He was
vacate
like
the title.
busted open and he needed stitches, but
Hmm. Some
the doctors are like, okay, stop wrestling.
it was his shoulder too, wasn't it? I think he had a bad shoulder. I think.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Yeah.
And then the title was vacated until I believe it was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, where the person who
Yes,
won it was none other than Ryback
that is correct. Of course, he
in
held
one of
it.
the worst Elimination Chamber matches of all
Yeah,
time.
I thought it was actually okay.
Uh,
Then again, I didn't see the
but
full match.
but that's because Rusev was supposed to be in the match, but Rusev got injured, so they put in Mark Henry, and then there's a friggin' botch where they broke open Mark Henry's capsule,
Oh yes.
and no one knows what to do. So Dolph Ziggler's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do, and yeah,
So basically, Mark Henry should have actually just came out of his pod. Instead, he just stood. Didn't he come out eventually?
No, I think the ref was like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here. Go back in your pod." And Mark Henry's like, "I'm already out here, so I might as well just do stuff." Or there was
Yeah.
like a little spat between him and the ref.
Ah, so that's why it was the worst elimination chamber. Cause
Or maybe it was the worst elimination chamber pay-per-view. But I also remember that
yeah.
there were like a couple spots in the tag team elimination chamber match.
Oh yeah, they were good. They were good spots too. There was a few good spots. Probably a few bad ones too. I'm sure.
Yeah, like
Uh,
Kalisto not getting himself nutted in time. Crotch.
oh yeah,
Where are
yes.
all the bugs? Do I need to plant a bajillion flowers?
But yes, next of course was May. That was on the May 31st, 2015, at Corpus Christi, Texas. His first reign, and he held it for 112 days. It was of course involved Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler, Mark Henry, R-Truth, and King Barrett. Next, of course, was Kevin Owens, who won it at September 20th, 2015 at Night of Champions in Houston, Texas, his first reign, and he held it for 84 days, but WWE say 85.
Huh.
Next, of course, was
So
yeah,
so Kevin Owens faced Ryback
Ryback.
before he left. Interesting.
He left, I think, in 2016, 17, I think.
Yeah.
I cou-
So
Something around that, yeah.
it was like after after the whole Ryback sold tag team.
Yeah. No,
He won.
that was well before. No, Ryback left because he found it unfair that they were paying like higher guys more money and other guys less money, so he kind of just left.
I mean
Didn't know.
that sounds like basic
That's
economics. That's why we have Brock Lesnar. He gets the
hmm
big money draws, so he gets the big money.
pretty much. That's what it sounds like, anyways.
And that's
Uh,
like the problem with women's soccer and men's soccer. Men's soccer like
mhm.
draws more eyes compared to women's soccer.
Yeah, which is disappointing in a
It
way.
yeah, it's definitely a disappointment.
I think like that. Like but it's nice to see that women are getting, that more people are going to women's sports. So
Definitely, especially with the whole women's revolution in professional wrestling that's
oh
been
yes,
going
absolutely.
on. Not that I
There's a
hate
women's.
women. Not that I hate women.
Mm,
Oh shoot, I caught a cherry salmon. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go
ooh.
give that to the owl.
Well, you give that to the owl, and I'll continue on with the Intercontinental Championship reigns and who won. So next we have, what
Let's
you
see.
say,
After
Kevin Owens
Kevin Owens
was Dean
is
Ambrose.
yeah, Dean Ambrose.
hmm Who won it on December 13th, 2015 at TLC Tables Out in Jersey, Boston, Massachusetts, his first reign, and he had it for 64 days. Next was Kevin Owens, who won it on February 15th, 2016 on Raw in Anaheim, California. It was his second reign, and he had it for 48 days. It was a fatal five-way match involving Tyler Breeze, Stardust, and Dolph Ziggler.
No
Wait,
Miz.
fatal one, two, three. Yeah, why does it say if it's a fatal five-way match, but there's only four people there? I don't know. That's a bit odd.
The fifth
Oh
man is
no,
the
wait.
Shockmaster.
It was probably Dean Ambrose. That's why. Ah, sure. Dean Ambrose was in the match. Oh, silly me. That's it.
Dean Ambrose was in the match.
Mm. So next was Zack Ryder, who won it on April 3rd, 2016 at Wrestlemania 32 in
And then the
Arlington,
next
Texas.
day, he lost it.
Yep,
I can't
pretty
remember.
much.
Oh, yeah, he lost it to The Miz.
Yep, pretty much. In the ladder match, of course, the seven-way ladder match, it was also involved Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Stardust, Sin Cara, and The Miz. So next we have
Dolph Ziggler?
uh,
Was it Dolph
yeah,
Ziggler?
Dolph Ziggler then, who won it at No Mercy on October 9th, 2016, sorry, at Sacramento, California, his
Was
fifth reign, and they held it for 37 days.
was that the one? Yeah, 37 days sounds about right. That was the one where
Mm.
Miz cut a promo on Talking Smack, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
It could have been around that,
yeah,
yeah.
because like then immediately after, or like not immediately after, but the next pay per view, the Miz won it back, right?
Uh, yeah, he won it, but it wasn't the next pay per view. Also, the Dolph Ziggler one was a title and career match, but no, he won it on SmackDown at Wilkie's Barre in Pennsylvania. That was his sixth reign, and he held it for 46 days. But WWE say 48. Next, of course, was Dean
Dean
Ambrose,
Ambrose.
who
Yeah.
won it on January 7th, January 3rd, 2017 on SmackDown in Jacksonville, Florida on what you call it, his second reign, 152 days, and of course the title exclusive became exclusive to Raw following the 2017 WWE Draft. Also, by the way, the other one was on SmackDown
Yeah.
that time when they had the what you call it, brand split.
Brand split. Yeah.
Next we have on Raw. Then we had The Miz.
Finn. Oh wait, the Miz went with the Intercontinental Championships.
No, The Miz took on Dean Ambrose at Extreme Rules on June 4th, 2017 at Baltimore. Uh, it was his seventh reign, and he held it for 169 days. And this is pretty bonkers. But if Dean Ambrose got disqualified, he would have lost the title, even though it was at Extreme Rules. And
Yeah.
Extreme Rules is supposed to be the one night of the year where the WWE goes Extreme.
Well, I would say that is an extreme rule, if I do say so myself.
I mean, yeah, you could say that it's an Extreme Rule, you know.
Yeah.
So next we had Roman Reigns. This is where it gets good. Roman Reigns, of course, then won it on November 20th, 2017 on Raw at Houston, Texas. It was his first reign and held it for 63 days. Next, of course, was The Miz, and he won it on January 22nd, 2018 at Raw 25 years in Brooklyn, New York. It was his eighth reign, and he held it for 76 days, but WWE says 75. Next, of course, was Seth Rollins, who won it on April 8th, 2018 at WrestleMania 34. He held it for 71 days. It was actually at New Orleans, Louisiana, his first reign, and it was also a triple threat match which involved Finn Balor. Next, of course, was Dolph Ziggler, who won it on June 18th, 2018 on Raw when he won it on Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Grand Rapids. That's
Grand
Michigan, isn't it?
Rapids, Michigan. It is in West Michigan. So it is. He held it. That was his sixth reign, and he held it for 62 days. But WWE says 61. Next, it was Seth Rollins again, who won it on August 19th, 2018 at SummerSlam in Brooklyn, New York. It was his second reign, and of course, he held uh, what you call it? He held
He held
for
the.
190 held the belt for 119 days, and during his reign, he also won the Raw Tag Team Championship with Dean Ambrose.
Huh.
Next, of course, was Dean Ambrose. He, of course, took he what was it? He won it on December 16, 2018 at TLC's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs at San Jose, California. He was his third reign, and he held it for 29 days, but WWE say 28. Next was Bobby Lashley, and he won it on January 14, 2019 on Raw in Memphis, Tennessee. It was his first reign, and he held it for 34 days. But it was also a triple threat match which involved Seth Rollins. But of course, WWE say 33. Next, of course, was Finn Balor. He won it on February 17, 2019 at the Elimination Chamber in Houston, Texas. It was his first reign. He had it for 22nd days, but WWE say 21. And this was a 2-on-1 handicap match featuring Leah Rush as Bobby Lashley's partner. Balor pinned Rush to win Lashley's title. Next, of course, was Bobby Lashley, who won it on March 11, 2019 on Raw at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who won it on his second time, and he held it for 27 days. Next was Finn Balor, who won it on April 7th, 2019 at WrestleMania 35 at East Rutherford, New Jersey. It was his second reign, and he held it for 98 days. Then the title became exclusive to SmackDown ahead of the WWE 2019 WWE Superstar Shakeup. And lastly, it was back to SmackDown, as we said. And of course, the final three people were Shinsuke Nakamura, who
Nakamura,
held it for
Strowman,
yeah,
and
and
Sami Zayn.
there you have it, the final three. And of course, Shinsuke won it at Extreme Rules kickoff in Pennsylvania. His first reign held for 201 days. Next, of course, was Braun Strowman when he won it at Super SmackDown on January 31st,
I thought
2020
I thought you were
in
going to say
2001.
Super Duper Slam.
I mean, don't worry, he wouldn't be winning an Intercontinental title as Super Duper Slam. No, no disrespect to your company or anything like that.
You got that right.
But he won it for 37 days, and what you call it? WWE say 36. And of course, your current Intercontinental Champion is Sami Zayn, who won it on March 8, 2020 at the Elimination Chamber at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on the first time ever, surprisingly, and he held it for 29 plus days, and it was a 3-on-1 handicap match which involved Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro as Zayn's partners, and since Zayn won the title due to being the one who got the pin. So there you have it. We have 174 champions.
Well, technically, the 174 championship reigns because multiple
Sorry.
people had
Yes,
multiple reigns.
that's correct. Sorry, my bad. So
Besides Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns only had the one reign.
there has been, I tell you what, there has been 85 Intercontinental Champions. And I'm not going to, honestly, I won't name them all out because we'll be here forever.
We're
But
already at
yes,
the
and
3-hour mark.
oh god. Oh, and by the way, if Ricey is listening, The Miz has held 8, not 9. So he has not tied.
Hmm.
Just to let, because he said that Jericho and Miz tied, and I was full sure that didn't happen. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. But so our next topic, surprisingly, is about the Gland Slam, which I know is going to be brief.
Yeah, it's gonna be brief, but tune in next time for the
Yes.
Glam Slam of the official horse racing podcast. Are we going to average 3 hours each episode now?
I hope not.
I hope
Because
not too, because
I tell you what we should do. We should just talk about something that's literally what you call it. That's small.
the
That would
official
last not long.
friggin' monkey wrestling. We
Yes.
could
Well
talk
then
about monkey wrestling for like an hour and a half.
we could, but then poor boiled rice wouldn't have nothing to do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hmm.
How can we
I, ju- I,
talk
ju-
about
I
monkey
tell you what.
wrestling and something that Ricey Boy can understand?
I tell you what we could do. We can think of something for the next episode, but we'll let our viewers kind of wait to see what will be on the agenda. But yes, that was it. That was the history of the Intercontinental Championship.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of the official horse racing podcast. I
Mm-hmm.
regret to inform you all that I have left the underdriver and Big Show drop toe holding his daughter on the screen for the past hour. So,
See?
just listen
So
to
you could
this
have.
while you're playing your games, playing your
Mhm.
Xbox, staying inside. That's what matters.
That's
Just,
what matters. Stay
just
at home.
stay at home. Don't get sick. Staying alive. Ah, 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 staying alive.
Staying alive.
Staying
Staying alive.
alive. Ah, ah, ah,
Oh,
staying
staying alive.
alive. Anyway,
Oh,
let's cut it off right there. See
beautiful.
ya.